Welcome to the Posh Sessions. I am your host, Posh, and I am here today with very special guests. I'm actually in their vicinity today.
Damn.
Thank you for looking out. If you guys haven't figured this shit out by now, I'm back with Brunch with the Boyz. What's up, guys?
Yes, sir.
Jesus, what's good, everybody? We own it.
Boy, King Dez here. What's going on, y'all?
Y'all don't...
It's Mr. Gent out here. I'm sorry, y'all had to go through that on our podcast.
Yeah.
This is...
Yeah, that's that nigga in a nutshell.
Y'all don't even know the behind the scenes that just happened. Right? That shit is fucking crazy. I don't even know where to take it from here. Let me get my sponsors out the way. Quick shout out to Novelty. They are back open. They are located in the Thornton Park district of downtown Orlando off of Church Street. Shout out to Justin, to Dave, to Siobhan, to Grace, all the staff over at Novelty. They're back with their ladies' night, so you can go over there, get a bottle and a hookah, tell them Posh sent you. Also, shout out to our sponsorship with Pristine Auto. Shout out to Spanky and them over at the shop. If you guys are involved in a car accident, if you guys are looking to do any, what do you guys call that shit when you guys upgrade your vehicles and whatnot?
Yeah, upgrade.
Remodeling. You want to pimp it out, whatever the fuck, pimp my ride type shit.
They still say that, pimp my ride.
Pimp my ride, whatever you guys call that shit. I'll
I
ask
read something weird about that.
Let her
If I can
finish.
interrupt you,
No,
but
you can't.
Go ahead, my bad, boo. Do your sponsorship.
Nah, hold up. What you was
I
saying?
read an article about the
Pimp the Ride?
contestants on Pimp My Ride,
Oh, yes.
and they told the truth about how it really went,
Yeah.
and how they were pressured into a lot of things that they didn't want,
Or need,
and a
yeah.
lot of things that weren't really viable in the real world, and some things they would actually remove from the car the moment the show was over. And if you weren't happy with the changes, they had a big guy that they say would come up and say, hey, I need you to sprouse it up some and be happy, or like, you know what I mean? And they they were muscling niggas and shit. Like a lot of the cars really wouldn't
Well, never
work.
mind. I take back the Pimp My Ride
So it's
reference.
crazy. You know, I don't know. It's funny. I just read that. Go ahead. my bad.
Spanky's not going to do that to you, but if you're looking to do any upgrades, remodels, any car repairs, definitely holler at Spanky at Pristine Auto. They also do car detailing. I believe they do the mobile car detailing, so if you're looking for a good detailer, also holler at them.
Nice.
New sponsors. Let me tell you something. Corona and this whole 2020 year has been very weird, but the one thing I can say that I'm actually proud of is my homegirls deciding to go into business for themselves.
I like that.
So I definitely have to shout out the ones that decided that this year wasn't stopping shit. They was moving forward. And shout out to my girl Destiny. She's over at Daydream Aesthetics in Castleberry at the Phoenix Salon Suites. She's an esthetician, so if you guys need to get facials, not that kind of facials. If you guys need to get facials, you guys need to get your teeth whitened, because you know some of you guys haven't made it to the dentist this year. If you're looking to get waxed and keep your kitty looking pretty, you better go holla at Destiny over at Daydream Aesthetics.
Leave just a little pussy on, just a little hair on it, please. Not a lot. Just
Freudian slip, huh?
Man. And my final sponsor for the evening is Martian Noir, also founded by my sister, Miss Naija Monet. She's doing the candles. She has body scrubs. She has body butters, which, oh my God, are so amazing.
Yeah, that sounds good, dog.
Yes.
Body sounds smooth and shit.
Let me
Make it
tell you
smell good.
something. My personal
Cold bleach
favorite,
body
you know, when
butter.
I'm getting ready for like a dick appointment.
Okay, tell us.
The coffee scrub,
The coffee scrub, make it smoother.
exfoliate.
They sound good.
And then when you top it off with that body butter, and she has different like smells. My personal favorite
I
is
bet
the
she do.
grapefruit.
Damn, for real.
And you just
We just talked about grapefruit.
I like to drink the juice though from the grapefruit though. You know what I'm saying?
You see, you dragged it. These are not edible, so I don't suggest anyone buy it and rub it on somebody and then try to like lick it off of them, because we don't know what the effects of that are yet.
Enjoy the essence though.
Right, but you'll definitely smell good. You'll be soft as shit and ready for your dick appointment. So shout out to her.
We love that, ladies. Be soft. Be soft for us. Not hard. Soft.
And I personally appreciate the appointment part of the dick. You know, plan ahead. You know, make sure I have the time.
Listen.
Fit you in. You know?
I
Make
like to
sure
be
that
surprised with the pussy
I-
sometime, though.
Do you?
Let her get your face right, and also make sure that she's waxing that kitty.
Yeah.
And then you follow it up with Nyaja's body butters and body scrubs. And
That sounds good. But you don't want that, because Jezzy like a lot of hair on his.
No,
huh?
first of all, I didn't say
told me that.
I
Is that a
literally
confidence
said
or
I
something?
do not like a lot of hair. I like a little hair. And I was going to ask you that. Is that something that you adhere to when your partner says, if you meet a man that maybe prefers a little more hair, or a man that wants it bald, do you do what you do, or do you take in consideration his feelings?
You're supposed to take the scales off the fish, baby.
Hear you. What the what? Is that what?
I don't know what the fuck he's talking about
That's the
half the
worst
time,
analogy.
but I'm here for it.
Oh.
I've never had any complaints, but it depends how much hair are we talking
Not a
about?
lot. Just a low one guard. You know what I'm saying?
What?
Nice little-
Oh, so you just want it like-
You know what I'm
Not the
saying?
zero?
No, just a little one. Especially, man, come on. Especially when they're Hispanic and it's laying down.
Oh, don't do that. Don't
I'm
do that right
keeping it
now.
real. If you a nigga that lie, and I'm not saying it's, I don't still find it pretty in every setting.
But you named
But
Hispanic.
that
man.
shit, that shit lay down right, you know.
Yeah.
And I don't have a lot of experience with white women, so I'm not gonna speak to that race.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna call it what I know it.
So
know
you
what I'm
just
saying?
want like a full, not a bush, but you don't want no trimming, no nothing. Just take it down to a 1, like a Caesar and shit.
Definitely trim it, nigga. No, you gotta.
You don't want it on the thighs?
Yeah, because you.
That's what I'm saying. I'm
you
like,
keep
wait.
the hair off the clit and everything. You just gotta leave some hair on top of that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Nice little triangle
Yeah,
or something.
little putting green.
Yeah, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, switch it up. Surprise a nigga. Like, oh, okay, that's what we doing. This. Okay, I see. You know. Keep a nigga up
Nah,
on
you
the
need
butt.
to enjoy that shit when I'm in between waxes. I'm not just.
That's what I'm talking about.
I can live with that.
Yeah.
That's a great compromise.
There you go.
I can live with that.
Yeah. It's like a build up like Christmas. You always waiting for it.
I would appreciate her, growing it out from October to December at the end of the year,
Winter
like
months.
a gift, and get some of that bushy shit at the end. Like, man, it would probably be awesome.
Remember when Amber Rose did that nude? Now that was classy.
Yeah, it was, and I love her pussy hair. That's beautiful pussy hair. I don't know why.
Yeah, you got a pussy hair bias.
No,
we
I'm
won't
saying
get into it on this show.
I'm not really even saying that because
know
I,
what you're
love
saying,
pussy
brother.
hair, period. You know what I mean? So, but when you see that hair, you just know it's pussy. Sometimes that ball shit, you like, where the pussy at? Well, I gotta find it. Sometimes they got small little pussies. Some bitches got small little pussies. I found a chart today.
What do
a
you
pussy
want it
chart.
bald so
I
that
wish
way
they
you
could see
can
it.
find the pussy? Because if it's hairy and small, then how?
No, I don't want it hairy. So I was making
Nigga
a
wants
joke about the
safari.
end of the year. That's how we do it. I just want hair on top, clean the clit up, so I
I've
can get to
legit,
that.
like, I've done the
Christ.
vajazzle, like, put
Yeah.
diamonds and rhinestones
Okay,
on it
wow,
and
that's
shit.
it.
I don't know about keeping hair on it,
No,
but
I think that
if you want it to bling bling, I can make it bling blow, but
Okay. I like that. Sounds good.
That's something won't that hurt my pelvis when I'm grounding you?
No, as long as she got something back there. I've been there, and it's not enjoyable.
Okay.
Yeah.
then where?
Well, you
But
can't really
not
hit it from
there.
the back and she ain't had no ass, so you getting like tailbone to pelvis bone. And
I
it
wasn't
was
talking
enjoyable.
about that. I was
He's
talking
talking
about
about
take
from
it
the
somewhere?
top.
grounding against the
Okay.
the diamonds.
Okay, I
the
was
dice.
I was on vacation. I was on vacation. I'm glad to see y'all again.
You guys did go on vacation. How did that go? Because I just came back from Puerto Rico with
Man.
the girls.
And I just want to say immediately that Posh killed that bikini.
Yes, sir.
Y'all know the one I'm talking about.
Oh,
with
man.
Yeah, we know. We all know. It was a good time to kind of, live like kings.
Recharge.
And, recharge and eat shit we don't normally eat. Man, that goddamn Aldo's ice cream.
I've been thinking about it ever since.
Me too.
I googled it.
Hey.
There's one in Israel.
Cornerstone can suck its dick.
No, I'm serious.
Am I
Real shit.
lying?
It's killing it.
One time for Aldo's.
I was
man.
shooting it, bro.
Aldo's was everything, bro. It was everything.
Okay, we ain't gonna say their name no more though. Come on, sponsor Posh Sessions.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, man. How was Puerto Rico?
Puerto Rico was fun.
Boricuas.
It was a lot of fun. I ate a lot of good food.
Yeah.
And they still have a curfew. Did they have a curfew in Mexico?
Shit, no.
Not
We was
that I
eating
could
ice cream
tell.
at 2 a.m.
Yeah, we were
Damn.
over and over.
I've wanted to
Yeah,
go to
yeah.
Tulum and I found a
Mask?
sponsor
Fuck a
and
mask.
everything, but I don't know, man. Like, everybody said they're going to Tulum. Then I heard that they don't have an airport. You got to travel to get to
Cancun.
Tulum.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
like,
It wasn't
I
that
don't
bad
know.
It's about an hour and a half at the most.
Yeah, like driving to Tampa or something like that. I mean,
Nice shuttle, comfortable.
yeah.
Oh, okay, so they have shuttles. You see, I'm able to talk to you guys
Yeah.
after this to figure this out, because
Yeah.
A
after
lot of
getting
us
to Puerto
were there,
Rico, I was
too.
like,
We
fuck
might
it,
need
I'll
to go
go to
back
Puerto
and do
Rico
something.
again.
Yeah.
There were a lot of us over there. It's like there was a
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a lot of people in Puerto Rico. I ran into a lot of Orlando niggas and I was disgusted. I'm like, I did not get on a plane to come hang out with you niggas in Puerto Rico.
That's hilarious.
But outside of that, it was fun. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in Puerto Rico. I'm gonna be in Puerto Rico in a month too. So
even though Puerto Rico tried to kill me.
Why?
No, like literally, like a rip current came and took me under.
Oh, for real? That sounds like user error though.
I was like, damn.
Yeah, that sounds like user error.
That sounds fun.
User error.
That's not fun. A rip current is not fun, bro.
Bro, I was scared for my life.
For real?
Yo, for real.
No,
I
believe
you. Glad you made it through though.
Me too. I was like, shit. Who's gonna tell these fucking kids I really left them? Like, damn.
It made you stronger too. It made you stronger. Now you appreciate it. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate life.
Yeah, you do. You do. You living different now, just slightly. Even if it's just slightly, you living different.
That's real.
Oh shit. Well, talk a little bit. I mean, this is really off subject, but fuck it, we here. Talk a little bit how you guys keep your podcast together. Talk about chemistry and stuff like that. Like, how important is it to?
I can't stand none of these niggas. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's more accurate than you guys think. Right? You want to take it first, Jezzy? I'll come in.
Oh man, I think that we keep it real with each other, and we all understand our dynamic. We understand who does what, and we stay in our lane. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, and I think that's why it works. Partly, again, Jen and I are brothers, and
he'll beat your ass. You'll show up to a recording.
Fuck that.
No, we already know he's sensitive.
I'm one of the few niggas that won't back down, and I tell you that, and he know it. And I think that Jen and Dez are brothers, you know, in their own way through their frats. So I think that's what kind of makes it easier, you know. And then Dez and I got our own bond, so you know, it's easy, you know. If it was hard, I don't think we'd do it, any of us.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Now, I think Jezzy pretty much said it all. Like, we have a pretty honest relationship, right? I mean, and neither one of us has any qualms about telling the other guy, hey, you want some bullshit, right? Or no, you're absolutely right. We support each other. And for real, we think we got stuff to share. You know what I'm saying? We think we got some perspectives to share to give people a different look on things. And so that's why we do it, for no other reason than that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm in complete agreement. It's full spectrum. We think differently. And that's fire, because I've learned so many things from Dez. And I've learned so many things from Jezzy, and we'll push the boundaries a little bit, and then it's led me to self-discovery and just being like, no, you know what, fuck it, you're right. I don't know why I was thinking like that. I'm wrong. And I've learned something from them, and because I can learn something from them, I fuck with them. I mean,
he's a sensitive older brother.
Yeah, and he has no choice in that one. And it's fun too. I think if this wasn't fun, it'd be easy to stop. You know, we enjoy vibing anyway, so all we're really doing is just recording it, you know, putting a little bit more structure to it, even though we never hold to that structure.
Clearly.
We've gotten better with staying on task, though.
Better for us, nigga. That's a low bar. That's a low bar.
So, but do you guys feel like when you guys initially started Brunch with the Boyz, were there an initial sense of commitment you feel like from, like, what made you guys be like, okay, not only are we doing this, but we're really going to do this?
Gent?
Yeah. it's me. I push a little bit.
Yeah.
A lot of it.
A lot of it.
You know, it's only because I see the potential, bro. Like, I'm a natural business-minded individual, but the reality is, when I believe in something, like, I go, because I'm a Sagittarius, it's either all in or all out.
Fire
and so I don't know how to do it. It's all full fire, man. So if I'm passionate about it, I'm going to go all in. And the good thing is, it's hard for men to commit to anything. Let's just keep it gangster. But to commit to week in, week out, coming here and sitting down and taking time from their families, their friends, their lives, that's not easy feat in normal life. You know, we all a little skittish, nigga, when it's time for us to do our own goddamn thing, right? Yeah. But these niggas come through. I can't even be mad at them. And then we spend a lot of time together anyway. So we love bullshitting. And what's a better way to bullshit than on a podcast? But the difference is we like to actually learn something from this shit. So that's why Jezzy be putting in that research and Dez be putting in that research, and so we can not only bring opinions and perspective, but we gonna fucking bring some facts. We gonna talk about some stats and shit. You know what I'm saying? So
that's what it is.
That's what's up. Well, I'm only asking because I know that when you hit me up, you're like, hey, is your co-host going to be here? And I was like, I don't have a co-host no more. No, I'm good with that though, because one thing that I will say is that when I decided that I wanted to podcast, I felt like I had something to say. You know what I'm saying? So I found it that sometimes it's difficult to get somebody to commit because the passion isn't the same for them as it is for you. So that's the only reason why I'm asking, because, you know, when I first initially started the Posh Sessions, it was actually like a twofold type of a podcast. The Posh Sessions was going to be myself, because of course it was my podcast and ultimately my vision. But I also wanted to do something along the lines of girl talk, which is almost what I feel like Brunch with the Boyz embodies. It's the same type of talks that the women are having, but from a man's perspective. So I did want to bring that also into my podcast. But what I found was a lot of times that the commitment level wasn't the same as mine. So I had to ultimately make a decision to say, well, you know what? It's still my dream and I still want to chase it. So I can't necessarily force somebody to commit and be committed as I am. But as long as I know that this is what I want to do, then I'm gonna push forward with it anyway.
I think, you know, and I think it's interesting because Gent probably could have felt that way a lot of times, right? Straight up. But I think, you know, I think the thing for us is, it's almost like I say, like I go to the gym a lot, right? And my thing is, people think I love going to the gym. I don't really love going to the gym. I love being in shape. Right, I love feeling good in my clothes and having the admiration of people sometimes, right? And so the gym is just a means to get there. And so I think sometimes it was, we didn't want to go through the process of figuring out when we're going to get together and how and logistics. But once we get here, it's an instant vibe, because that's why we do what we do. There's no rehearsal. There's no tell me what to say and I'll say this so then you can say this. We don't have pre-conversations. Yeah. When you start rolling, then we start talking.
They normally ask me, Jezzy, what are we talking about? And I tell them and I say, hey, think about this. And I might give him one pointer. And that's only because I want him to stay focused. That lick might happen. You know what I'm saying?
Why are you talking about me like that, Tom? I'm right here, though.
That's all I'll say, and we'll go from there. And we tend to go off subject and find our way back.
Yeah.
It's hitting.
That describes it.
The hookah is hitting.
Hey,
I'm opening it up a little bit for you.
This fake ass aficionado. This nigga moved forward around 3 inches like this nigga did something.
I'm trying to get it some air, bro. Why you gotta come
I'm gonna give it some more. Nigga said crinkle, crinkle.
Don't come for it, nigga. I'm just trying to open it up a little bit, man. Come on, man.
Oh my God. Well, I am so happy to have you guys back on the show, because I really enjoy talking to you guys. I really do feel like you guys do bring your own perspective and, you know, personalities to the table, and it's always a fun time. I can never say that I'm bored. So without further ado, I want to talk about marriage. And I want to talk about, I guess the title of this episode is going to be, I don't know that I signed up for this.
Man.
So,
Sounds about right. Sounds about right.
So what ended up happening, you're on Twitter now, so I don't know if you got a chance to catch the clip of another podcast, and basically it's a husband and a wife.
Yeah.
And they were discussing monogamy and sex 10 years into marriage.
I love it.
So the question that was posed was, why do women pressure men into monogamy only to not be able to keep up?
I saw that interview and I almost cried in my left eye.
Why?
When Buddy said it, it was like a man after my own heart.
Ew.
Because, you know, when I was in my situation, I wondered the same way. You know, the same exact thing. Why sex would slow down when this is what you were asking for. You were asking for all of it. You know how that shit is out here. You know what I'm saying? A young single man, good looking, he has options. He's fucking hoes. You want to tell yourself, yeah, he's only fucking with me? Sure. But remember what you were doing.
Said sure.
No, but remember what you were doing. So I think when you get to marriage and things become more real, because a lot of men don't even view having a girlfriend as being in a relationship. He views himself as single if he's not married. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
And they don't live in that truth, but that's how they operate, action-wise. So in my view, if you go the entire step, and he makes you an honest woman, so to speak. The Bible said, he who chooses a wife. You want to be chosen. You get the job, and then you want to slack off on your duties. If this were your real job, you get fired. receive less pay.
But don't you? And listen, I'm not even disagreeing with you. But don't you think that is a fundamental human tendency that when things are sought, people do what is needed to attain. But once attained, the target's already been acquired. So the effort and energy that I put into the thing to get the thing is no longer needed because I have the thing. And so I'm not disagreeing with you. I agree with you 100%. What I'm saying is that I don't know that there's a way around that. I think there are some people who are able to do the opposite, to be in spite of, right? But I think they have to work towards that. You know what I mean?
That is the way around it. The person. You know, I think we are who we want to be. And the reality is you can control what you want to do. If you want something to work, you're going to keep working at it. You talked earlier about going to the gym. In order to maintain said shape, nigga, you got to keep going. You can't get in shape, get right, and say, shit, I'm here now. And now you can back off and everything's going to stay the same. No, everything's going to drop off and fall off. So you got to maintain. And I think that's equally important. You know, I always look at someone and say, man, you accomplished that goal. I want to see you maintain it. You know, a lot of chicks will attest to this. Yeah, I lost 20 pounds and I felt great. And then you stop there. And then you gain them bitches back. Like,
don't talk about me. I'm right here.
I'm not even.
And it was 15 pounds for the record, and I'm working on them.
All I'm saying is consistency, and nothing is more important in life, in my opinion, than consistency, especially in the regards to a relationship.
And so I'm gonna agree with you. And sometimes I like to put everything in a business perspective, but you look at any major company that owns their sector, dog. Think about fucking Disney since we're in Orlando. No other theme park can compare to fucking Disney, right?
He a Sag, by the way.
Yeah. So I guess Walt Disney is a Sag.
Yeah.
So the point of the matter that I'm trying to make is they already own the market share. But why you feel like they got to step into Disney Plus and own Marvel and own this and own that? Because if you stay complacent, another company can take your place. And if we put it back in relationship, another nigga or another bitch will take your place. If you're going to stay complacent, what tends to happen is you're not going to grow. And if you with a bitch that don't like to grow or a man that don't like to grow, then you're going to be fine. But if you're with someone who wants to continue to grow their relationship because they always want better or they want to stay great, then you got to do what it takes. That's all it is.
You guys don't think that the guy had nothing like wrong in this, and like
I will only say the only wrong thing he said was basically like, you forced me into this. Like, you can't as a grown person say, I'm only in this situation because you forced me. You're a grown ass man.
Right.
No pussy was supposed to force you to do anything. Now, granted, pussy has forces to do.
I like to say something real stupid. Like, you ain't never got no good head. Because a lot of niggas said I do once she swallowed.
Come on now.
Jesus Christ.
Come on.
But here's my thing. I'm not even talking about the pressuring part. I just feel like, okay, if you're going to go there and say like, well, 10 years later, I feel like, you know, you forced monogamy on me and I only want you. And why do you feel so tired? And why you don't want to do your job anymore? And why are you looking? So you mean to tell me that you shouldn't spice things up either as a man?
I hope he is.
Like, she's talking about, 10 years later, we have kids, we have a career, I'm tired, I'm doing this around the house, that around the house, I'm tired at the end of the day. I feel like you're not necessarily contributing to the household in a way where, I feel like I want to have sex with you because I'm fucking tired by the time I'm done doing everything that I'm already doing. Like, what are you doing? All you want is for what? Then on top of that, everything I've done for the day, I done fucking took care of the kids, woke up early, made breakfast, did the fucking dishes, cleaned the fucking house, took the fucking kids to, do some fucking after school activity. I'm coming home. I gotta fucking cook dinner now. I gotta do the dishes again. I gotta clean up after you. God forbid there's fucking laundry. And then on top of that, you want me to be all sexy for you and fuck you at the end?
Listen, in a perfect world, the answer to that question is hell yes. But no, all jokes aside, I don't understand women who get with men like that.
Agreed.
So I'm a different breed. I'm a different breed. Fairly, and I forgave her, so maybe I have to scratch that. But she raised me right. There were no gender roles. I know there's nothing that I don't do. I was in a situation where she would say, "Nigga, you doing too much. Can I help?" You get what I'm saying? So I don't know and understand a man that would lay back and do nothing and expect her to suck me up. You know why I expected that motherfucking head? Because I earned it.
You damn right.
Because I goddamn deserved it. When I made dinner and I did them dishes when the kids were settled and you ain't have to do shit, and you said you tired and you ain't have to do shit. Please. I fucking earned that head. I own your mouth tonight. And any woman
You
that
own
does,
my what
I own your
tonight?
mouth tonight. We're speaking in the terms of marriage, correct?
Right.
So if we're speaking in the terms of marriage, I own your fucking mouth that night. Yes, I handled all of our logistics for our kids. I handled all the business at home. You only had to come home, relax, take a shower, ease in, and then spread your legs. That's asking too much from your spouse.
I don't think it is. I think it's just the way you say it. People are put that. But they gotta be real with themselves. That's actual. It's right. It's right.
Be real, you know what I mean? So yeah, in those situations, in your circumstance, undoubtedly, that man does not deserve any pussy. He shouldn't even look at the pussy. If you were in the shower, he should close his eyes and run into a wall, nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, if you have a man that's bringing it too, and maybe he's not doing everything, but he's bringing 50-50, 60-40, he's doing his half. Yeah, why wouldn't you want to fuck him?
Understood.
Can't say shit to that though.
Nah.
I rarely.
I don't think,
you shouldn't.
Nah. You can't say
for the
shit to
sake
that.
for all women who want to aspire for something. You know what I'm saying?
No, but the way that the clip was presented, it was like Shorty had a long week or weekend at the Bel Air mansion. She was doing a photo shoot or whatever the case was, and he liked the way that she looked. He liked her appearance, but she was like, and at first she was like, yeah, when I get home, I'm gonna fuck you up, blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna let you, mess all of this up. Mm-hmm. When she gets home, she gets to cleaning and she gets to doing all this other shit. And then by the time that things happen, now he's like, well, you promised me sex. And she's like, bitch, I'm tired.
No. The problem is, and hoes do this all the time. And
oh my God.
Y'all stay making promises you can't keep.
Niggas
Don't talk me up at 10 a.m. Don't talk me up at 2 p.m. Come home and talk about, well, this happened. Bitch, that didn't mean nothing to me. I got my hopes up. Don't tell me about it then. Let it be a surprise when it happened. But I don't like being told something's going to happen and it doesn't happen. That matters to me. I don't have abandonment issues, but it feels like I do.
I want to add on to the fact that we don't know where he was in regards to the timetable of foolishness, right? We don't know if this is episode number 39 of her saying, I got you. And she got missing. She was on a milk carton. Her pussy was on a milk carton. Like, real talk, we do not know what side of this was on.
How long it's been going on.
We don't know how long it's been going on. We don't know the trending on this. The way he was speaking with his chest, this wasn't a singular situation, bro.
I feel like the way she was speaking with her chest, she had a lot of shit to say too. Yeah. Like, she was like, 10 years later, the kids, careers, housework, what the fuck are you doing, nigga, that you feel like you can demand these things from me, but yet these are the circumstances at home. So I feel like they both were making valid points.
They were. If she's talking like that, then, if we do some gap analysis, man, for sure, real talk, he probably not doing all the things Jezzy said.
No, yeah.
Like, just be honest, all right? So, but I'm just trying to wonder, like, how much does a man have to do before that's no longer an excuse? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you have to do your part.
Sometimes your part is not even enough. Sometimes you're telling me that you've never been in a relationship where you have given 80%.
That's not
way more of the half.
Of course, I did. You know this, like, so you don't even have to finish it. I undoubtedly know what that means, but it doesn't change what you do. I always tell my son, you are what you do when no one's watching. Your integrity. So as much as I don't like the way I was handled, it would have been wrong of me to handle anything differently. To me, that makes it easy. It comes back again to who you are as a man. But no, undoubtedly in this case, if Buddy wasn't doing anything, if he wasn't holding his part, giving up pussy, that's sacrificing that's really fair. Like, he has to take that L and know, hey, do I want to do dishes or do I want to, like, some niggas don't want to do it.
Because it doesn't sound like you do.
I don't, because I like to cook, and I clean while I cook, so I always teach my daughter while we do our thing in the kitchen. So, I don't have any problems with that, sweeping and mopping after. I'm old school, so I do that. I'll do that every day when I cook, you know what I mean? So I don't really believe in gender roles.
Do you guys believe in gender roles?
No.
As a man, like, I'm gonna bring home the bacon, I'm gonna be the money maker here, and I expect my wife to do X, Y, and Z?
No, I think in a relationship, I think everybody has to pull their weight. And I think you can all decide, who's more comfortable doing what, right? I believe in equality in a relationship, as a matter of fact.
I believe in a nigga making money and I'll be at home.
And I think a man should provide, so I'm not saying it should be either or.
I mean, here's the thing, like, I have standards for myself, right? So my standards are that I'm going to be successful. I'm going to be in a position I'm able to take care of myself. I'm only going to look for women who are able to do the same thing, right? So the whole, like, the man has to make the money and that stuff doesn't even come to fruition. I'm looking for a queen and I'm a king, right? And we join up and we do some big shit. So, like, I don't want that's why I don't like subservient women. I don't like, I want boss bitches. Real talk. You know what I mean? So that's just me.
I like a boss bitch that is subservient.
We know.
We out here.
To be served.
We out here.
Yeah, I like that mix, man. It's just like she's a freaking shark in life.
Does she come home and rub your
when
feet?
she come home, man, she a motherfucking
Every man wants that, I think.
Motherfucking cuttlefish out there, bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Every man wants that.
Do you want somebody that will challenge you? So what I mean by that, you say everybody wants that, but I mean, like, I always say this, and women going to disagree with me, but, like, you can have an alpha female that's not an alpha male. There's some hierarchy in this shit, and I think, here's the thing, I've only had relationships for the most part with strong women, and they had their opinions, and they felt a certain way, but there was times when the shit wasn't up for discussion. We all knew it wasn't for discussion, and there was never a conversation about why we can't talk about this. It was just like, we not talking about this no more. And it was just like, so you hungry? You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's a boss bitch. So I think, I don't need her to fucking rub my feet and tell me I'm a king every fucking night either. I think I want somebody, when I say something, they say, well, why wouldn't we do this? Because of such and such. And I go, shit, that's a good idea. Let's do that. You know what I mean? Like, I like that.
I think a boss bitch, a queen bitch, respects her man and respects his thoughts, his feelings, his ideas. And to me, nothing is sexier to a man than respect. And
titties. Titties up there too. Titties is definitely respecting titties, nigga. It's 50-50, nigga.
No, it's funny you said titties, because every time you see titties, even if it's the titties you've seen every day, it feels like, man, I'm about to see titties. You know, is it just me? I don't know.
I've grown to love titties. I used to be different, but titties are great.
Titties are great.
Okay.
Titties are great. But no, I really think respect is super sexy to a man. And, a lot of times we think it's sex and that's what's sexy. But what's happening? You're submitting to his will. You're asking him what he wants, and you're giving him, you're respecting his every desire. Like, that's, to me, what sexy is. That respect a woman can give a man and make a man feel stronger and better than he actually
But the problem is that there's a lot of ladies that feel like respect is on some soft shit. Like, it's on some, it diminishes me. Like, you discount me shit. Like, and that's not what it really should be.
What are you talking about?
No, I'm just saying, there's people who feel like being subservient or taking care of home or respecting your man in a certain way, that it makes them less than.
Those two different things, though, respect and being subservient.
Yeah, because I was just going to point that out. I think that's...
I think they're different, but I think they go hand in hand. And, I mean, in regards to that, the way I feel about it, because I've been told a lot, like, oh, you don't look like you take shit or whatever the case is. My opinion on that is, I can't just follow anyone's lead. Like, you have to give me something to follow, something for me to respect in order for me to respect you, because you can't be no soft nigga trying to control me. It's never gonna work. Now, if I know, like, you carry yourself a certain way and you're a man's man, and there's a certain level of respect that you have for yourself, because you can't expect me to respect you if you don't respect yourself. But if you're carrying yourself in a certain way that I know, like, I feel like as a woman, who you can play with. As a man also knows who he can play with. A nigga knows whether he can run circles around you, or whether he's like, oh, she ain't playing that shit. Mm-hmm. So to me, it's like, when I think about gender roles and submission and shit like that, yes, there is a negative connotation. A lot of women feel like, oh, I'm not submitting to him because who the fuck does he think he is? He's not my dad. And that only, I mean, when I hear somebody talk like that, I just feel like your nigga's a bitch ass nigga. That's why you don't feel like respecting him. Because why else would you even talk about your man like that? Like that's crazy.
Yeah, that's actually a wonderful way of saying it. Like you wouldn't even have said that. You wouldn't talk about your man to your girl like that.
Nah.
People who talk shit about people usually talk shit about people they can talk shit about. You feel me? Like that's what it is.
I like that.
Like
makes sense.
But why do you feel like when I think about that shit and like, you know, thinking about marriage, like I always talk about the fact that my parents have been married for 35 years. They've been together about, I would say, close to 40 years, married for 35. My grandparents been married well over 50 years. Sure. And I said to myself the other day, I was like, you know, we talk about gender roles all the time and what's expected of a woman, what's expected of a man. But the biggest thing for me, and when he brought this up about why do women pressure men for monogamy, I thought to myself, like, we're raised different, you know, and you have a son and a daughter. So do you find yourself telling, and I do as well, but do you find yourself maybe treating your daughter in a way where it's like for me, I was taught that you do certain things for a man, and because my parents wanted me to one day be somebody's wife. So the mentality behind my upbringing was like you act a certain way because the goal is to be somebody's wife and one day form a family. Whereas for men, I feel like you guys are told to do whatever the fuck you want. Like wild out, do whatever you want. And only when you're done, which is why I say, bitch, you better go for 40 plus when they tired. Only when you're done do you even think.
There's truth to that.
Do you even think about settling down with one? And why do you think that exists?
Man, I mean, damn, you almost answered your own question. It sounded so right. I mean, men get tired. And when we get tired...
But why can't women just run around, do whatever, and then be tired?
Well, you can.
I mean, I do. I'm just saying. But most.
I think times have changed too, though. I think that old kind of stereotype of women being, you know, considered hoes or doing whatever when dudes in the same situation or not. I think that's kind of faded a lot. Yeah. I'm not saying it's completely gone, but I think through women's empowerment and a bunch of social changes, I don't know that the same stigma is there. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers will get judged for judging the hoe. Before the hoe gets judged. You know what I mean?
That's real. That's real. I just don't think it gets. I think it gets to the point where you realize, man, I had fun. All I really wanted was from one person. Now, for a man, I think we have more options as we go on further in life. So I think that's why maybe we push women into practicing. You know, my cousin used to always tell me about the advice my uncle would give her just so she'd understand men. You know, so that and know. And she used to tell her, you're probably going to have 1 to 2 chances at marriage, 1 to 2 chances at a good shot, and the importance of keeping your shape and things of that nature. Mm-hmm. So, you know, these are things you have to preach, I think, to keep it real if you want to give your daughter.
You say that these days, and it's like, you fat shaming?
Nah, exactly.
But let me ask you a question, though. Do you think, you said something, we'll get back to this, but I just had a question. You said something about basically dudes really only wanting all of these things that they chase from one person. But do you think that is something that comes with age and time and maturity? Because I don't know, at like 19, 20, I didn't want that shit from one person. I wanted to fuck a lot of girls. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I think that comes with age and maturity. I just wanted to put that out there because I think there's a difference between a 20-year-old dude.
43.
I honestly just don't think we know what we want at those young ages, man. Like,
but girls don't either, and they still don't.
And they still push for, I want a boyfriend, I want a fiance, I want this big ass wedding.
Yeah, I mean, but some of that again is a learned behavior, whether it's through childhood or whether it's through what you've seen on TV or whether it's a number of things, right? So I think some of that's a learned behavior, but for men, we don't have all of those learned behaviors. The only learned behavior that we have is make sure you can provide. I mean, that is probably the only thing that I've ever saw as a learned behavior. So for me, I had a thought process of gender roles because I thought that was the appropriate lane, right?
Right.
I've kind of matured and evolved from there where I do want a true partnership because I also know what it looks like on the other side of it too. And it's not what you think it should be, right?
Right.
The harsh reality is, and I'd lie and say it hurts me to say it, but it really doesn't. It tickles me. Men, you have a longer shelf life. They don't. There's a reason why women tend to be quicker and more open to settling down. They know Their
Time's
good
limited.
looks. They know it's not gonna last. They know that they can only have babies for this long. They know that there's a shelf life to what they can't do. My grandfather was having kids, nigga, at 60 something, late 60s. You know what I'm saying? Popping it in them. So a man can really start over at any time. I used to always make this joke, but it's the
First of
funny
all,
thing about it is it's
scientifically
true. Go ahead.
speaking, a woman is at her prettiest, scientifically speaking, between the ages of 35 and 39.
Don't nobody like science.
No. I believe that.
I'm just gonna throw it out
believe
there.
that. But that 39-year-old probably have a hard time having a baby. More times than none, percentage-wise, I'm sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what I really mean. I'm not saying that woman's not beautiful. Are you fucking kidding me? I don't know how old you are, but I seen a 45-year-old woman that I work with, and she's freaking gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? So I know
All the aunties out there.
Yeah,
We
black
see
don't
you.
crack, so I'm not worried from that perspective. But I'm saying the things that you can provide that a younger woman, that you can't provide that a younger woman will be able to. And a man can start over. Have a new family in 2 weeks. No, you left the nigga yesterday, and that nigga already got a new
It's a
bitch.
fact.
See
It's
that
a
nigga
fact.
2 weeks, she pregnant.
You ain't gotta like her.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, it's just a harsh reality. So I think that's why women settle down quicker. And I'm not saying all women, because some women just don't give a fuck. But I think a lot of women tend to settle down sooner because they know that's to be true.
Do you guys think that there is an ideal age to get married
For a man or a woman?
for a man?
Yeah, 30 to anywhere after 30.
30,
I would
33.
I would say 35
Jesus here?
if it's later.
33.
You just gonna die on the cross too?
What?
Of marriage?
Yeah, I would say 33 is a perfect age.
Really?
30 is like,
Why?
man, I just turned 30. Because your kids are going to be young. You're young. You still have the energy to do it. But you've lived. You've undoubtedly had a lot of sex. You no longer have urges in that nature. Now you can see a bad bitch and be like, she bad, but my bitch bad
At
too.
33?
Yes. That's when a man really starts thinking with his dick less.
At 33.
About
I
32.
wouldn't-
30 to 30. Maybe
I don't
around
know about
30.
that. I don't know about
What
that.
would you say?
I'd say probably late 30s. Yeah,
Damn, late
I was gonna
33,
say, not at 33. 33
You'll
is when
fuck a
you
coworker
just
in your
started
office at
getting
33.
money.
You'll fuck a coworker in your office at 33. You will. You'll make a bad decision at 33. It'll cost you your life. You'll still do it.
I cannot argue with that statement.
I feel like, remember I said that in the episode I did with you guys. I said, I don't know, a nigga in his 30s
Yeah, you
is a
broke it
nigga in
down
his
really
20s,
nice. Yeah, you
but
broke
with
it
money.
37.
I don't see
Yeah.
a man at 30.
I just when it starts.
Plus.
37.
Okay, so
Yeah.
get married at 35.
That
And
nigga's a
he's still
prodigy at
probably
37. Yeah, most niggas still acting up. At 37, he acting right. He's ahead of his class.
Marry
Yeah.
him at 35, ladies. He'll only cheat on you once or twice before he stops.
Maybe one.
Depends on how good he look too. You know what I'm saying? He's a handsome man. It might be a little bit more than once or twice.
Yeah, know your
He'll change
nigga.
though. He'll change
know
for
your
you.
nigga. If your
Just
nigga is
stay with him.
super good shape and that nigga look, he getting
Yeah.
haircuts every week.
Yeah,
Listen,
yeah, it's
any
not
nigga getting this
feasible.
haircut every week and he in shape,
Yeah.
he getting a lot of attention.
Lots.
I don't know. You got to
Yeah.
tighten up.
They
You
say
know
the same
what I'm
thing you
saying?
saw.
For real.
I'm
You got a nigga who get a cut like once
dead.
every 6 weeks. Man, you safe, bitch. Like,
So that's what it is.
That's
Oh,
real.
the
Yeah.
haircut
The
is
less he cares about himself, the less others care.
if that nigga
You know
got
what
a
I mean?
little gut, he barely.
Yeah, you straight.
You gotta say, baby,
Talk
when
to
you
him
gonna
crazy,
get cut?
too.
When you gonna get cut? And
Talk to him
then
crazy.
he does it. Oh, you got your old
He's
faith,
washed.
nigga.
Yeah.
No, you happy, nigga. That
Yeah.
nigga content.
Yeah.
You gotta love that nigga. Bro.
I can't believe that we got it down to the science of when and the frequency
I
of
Okay.
a
Okay.
haircut.
I'm
But that's
telling
some real shit though, because
Does that mean he cares still?
I dated a barber and like, bro, this nigga would cut his hair like a couple times a week, and he kept saying like it was because he's a barber, he got to maintain the appearance. That nigga was getting mad pussy, and I didn't even know about it.
Undoubtedly.
Tell you.
Undoubtedly.
He had
Yeah.
to stay clean and stay
Bro.
fresh. He
Yeah.
motivated.
That shit was
And
crazy.
let me tell you,
got your
ladies,
ass too, though.
I'll
It
take
worked.
it one
It
step
worked.
further, and I'm giving too much game away.
Don't
but
do it.
Fuck it. No,
Don't do
go
it. G,
for it.
come on, man.
If that nigga shaving he manscaping, like
He's definitely
extra
gay.
regularly.
Don't tell him, man. Don't tell him. Why you do that? Why you do that? He don't love y'all. Yeah, I love y'all. He don't love
He's
y'all.
manscaping like that.
He don't love y'all.
Oh, but I'm telling you, otherwise, nigga, again, it's 4 to 6 weeks, nigga, maybe 2 months.
Too much game.
You know what I'm saying?
No comment.
Realistically.
Too much
I
game.
gave a big jump away right there.
Hey, you should have did that. Guys, I don't agree with
If
him.
that don't save you 10 years of pain, ladies,
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck else will.
Okay.
Hey, y'all better appreciate that shit.
It
ladies.
also depends on how old he is, because
No, it don't.
let me just
No,
tell
it
you,
don't.
not
No, it
all
don't.
of us were manscaping at a young age of 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. I mean, it started coming much later.
So what does that mean? You're doing it now because you're
still trying to stay in the game. That's what it is.
I agree.
You're just trying to stay in the game. Think about performance enhancement drugs. Older sports athletes will take that shit because they want to stay in the game with the young folks. All I'm saying is that's basically performance enhancement.
Dog, that's my point, though.
Wow.
That's the whole point. If that's
what he's still doing, then he's still in the game.
He wants to be. He wants to know he can still play.
Yeah, he wants the option.
You know what I mean? And maybe it's not even the option to go on, but sometimes a nigga just want to know he can still play. You know,
that's an option, nigga. That's literally the definition. Good job, though.
Right. Thank you.
God damn, I know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Thank you, Hennessy. You made me look bad once again.
This nigga said, no, nigga. Let me give you the definition. And he said the same thing. I said,
Like, literally.
Oh man,
Nigga said, thank you, Hennessy.
Yeah, we definitely gave so much game away today with that one.
no, nigga, you did. Stop putting this in the
You
shit.
did try to stop you.
I tried to stop him, and he disregarded me, folks.
We had to do something. You know, we do this every once in a while.
Yeah, that was a big one. That was a big one, though.
Was it?
No, you know what? It probably wasn't the grand scale of things.
It
probably
wasn't.
wasn't. A lot of nasty niggas don't manscape anyway, so they'll never.
And a lot of women don't like a nigga that manscape.
I've never heard that.
I used to know a chick that she wanted a nigga.
She want a bushy
hair.
nigga?
Oh,
Really?
she said she hate her nigga shave his chest and his nut. She wanted that shit to just grow like roots into the ground and
Nigga
shit.
got pee in his bush and shit.
Excuse
Nasty
me?
Yeah, she ain't.
Yo, there's
she
nothing
ain't
worse than when a nigga is nappy headed and he got the taco
The
meat
beef
Hey,
take all
See
of that
that?
Don't
off.
look at me like that. I can lay down like white
yeah. I did my check, Jim. I did my check. Where your check at?
That's that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna show you. Already know.
This shit got a braid in it too, with a bow red on the end of it.
Listen,
Nasty.
I'm trying to lay down like a white man. Okay.
Oh man, that's funny.
No, it don't. I seen it. My homeboy. I seen him at the beach. That shit don't lay down right. Curl right up like an S curl tip. That $5 box, niggas used to buy.
Because I'm putting that soul glow in it right now. That's all it is.
And let me tell you something else that came from that interview. So he says in that interview that because he is an ex-athlete, that he feels like he has more stamina than the average man, and he feels as though his wife can't handle it.
That's probably true. Oh, that's probably true.
I don't believe that at
You
all.
have to. Don't mean it's not true though.
I've fucked athletes before. I don't really think that
you
it's
probably
that
fuck good
serious.
No.
Yeah, that's all. You couldn't tell. Yeah, you talking about elite niggas. You was dating
I'm
niggas.
not saying that they didn't have stamina. What I'm saying is I don't necessarily think that a girl can't keep up with a man's stamina. Like, I don't think that's true. Like, whether he's an athlete or not, I don't think that that's an excuse either. Like, oh, well, I really would love to have sex X amount of times a week, but I'm taking it easy on you. Like, I think that that's
can't
bullshit.
even ride dick no more.
Says who?
A lot of
I was
niggas.
literally about to say that.
Tell him, Jezzy. I just said
I
the
don't know
nasty
that
shit. You
life.
finish it, nigga.
No,
I just pitched the
how long
ball.
can you stay on the dick? You think? Estimate time.
I mean,
Don't
That means 3 minutes. Long answer.
no, 3 minutes. Fuck you. Nah, I would say if first of all,
Why the fuck you still talk? You haven't given us a goddamn answer yet. Is it hard?
Calculate, nigga. Let her calculate.
Come
I'm
on, man.
calculating only because I feel like once I get on top, like you're not gonna last that long. So I'm trying to think of reality, how long a nigga's is gonna before a nigga comes. So it's not really about me, nigga. How much you got on top of you?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And I'll tell you this:
She
if
put
that's
you
her
in a place
answer,
on that
Shit.
if that's her answer, then I fucking love it because the reality is that's all I need you to do. Ride as long as it takes for me to come.
But the
if
truth
that's
is
what I
that gonna
want.
happen though?
Yeah, no. Oh my god.
Bitches
dog.
say that all the time, and that's
Let
the
me
point,
tell you
Paul.
I've seen
something.
15 seconds and
You seen that?
15 seconds. Nigga.
Yeah, or get real lazy with it and try to not really be on top, but they no hope. There's only one way to be on top.
15
Can't
But
get
I
to the
also
side.
feel like that what also comes into play, which is why I don't like talking about sex in the sense of time, is how into that person you are and how into that person is into you. Because if the chemistry is there, like, not to toot my own horn, but I can make a nigga come off a head alone. But you still can get it hard, and that can continue into sex. Not gonna put a time frame on it, like, oh, I'm only sucking your dick for 2 minutes, and if you don't come, nigga, then that's it.
Yes, ma'am.
I could sit
Yes,
there and
ma'am.
suck your dick for 20 minutes and do all sorts of shit and have you come, and then take a little 5-minute break, go pee or some shit, come back hard. Now it's round 2. So that to
You
me,
get
when
time
he
for the
said
pee,
that
too. That's
shit,
good.
like,
You getting a solid round out of me.
Because you got to go pee right after. Because you got to
and
go.
what?
I mean, I only give one round. That's
Really?
why I extend.
Yeah.
That's why I extend my
You've been saying it.
I extend my junk to 45 to an hour and 20.
I do take it after she comes, maybe like a couple times, 2-3 times. I do take it like a little rest, like a 5-10 minute break, just on the bed where we touch and stuff.
A woman can get you to come, and she can make you come again. She can get you hard again immediately if she takes her time. And after a man comes, we're very sensitive. So we don't need you to do what you did to make us come. You need to slow it all the way down. Soft, gentle touches. You will arouse him quicker that
sound
way.
like Luther Vandross.
No, seriously. You will arouse him quicker
It's not
that
just
way.
patience.
We need some fucking R&B
also.
music in the background and shit.
Some bitches are patient and they don't know what the fuck they doing slowly.
I agree. Because
Straight up.
But they didn't know what they were doing fast. I don't know.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, I agree with you that it takes patience, but it also takes skill. Like, I can tell you, as patient as a bitch might be, if I'm her second nigga, she's not going to be as good as a bitch who's fast but experienced and I'm her 12th nigga.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. So I think
And how long you been
something.
fucking her too. Like, if she knows your dick, because again, that gentle caress on that stroke.
First time I came off head, I know it. I'm sorry.
It's really the build-up. It's that level of intimacy in the build-up. I think that leads to quicker end result satisfaction. Like, you know, when you like
a lot of
mentally,
I know, right?
You just said nothing.
mentally fucked up. Like, you are so mentally aligned that every touch, every stroke, it just means much more. It's so much more significant.
So why your face scrunched up like
Dog,
that?
'cause it's-
Because he thinking about it. He
Yeah.
reminiscing.
You got an ugly cum face.
There you go. Oh yeah, yeah. You
That
do.
was it right there. Y'all saw it?
Yeah,
That
y'all
was
saw
it
it
right there.
My cum face is like that.
No, it's not, nigga. No, it's not.
It's why
your mouth open up?
I understand why the joke. I don't know.
I don't know why it is,
man.
but I can catch flies.
That nigga come is like this. Like, no, nigga.
Oh man, that's
Close your goddamn mouth, nigga.
He can't believe he doing it.
Dog, I tried to share a real deep secret.
You
dog.
fucked up with the wrong one.
You know what?
That was
It'll
funny.
never happen again on the Posh
Oh
Sessions.
my
It'll never
God.
happen again on the Posh Sessions.
You say that for your whack friends, nigga. We the real ones. So we ain't got time for that bullshit. You know you got your friends that tell you what you want to hear,
Oh
though.
my God.
That's all I'm saying. We're not them friends.
But do women pay attention to a man's cum face? Is that something you
None of
look
you.
at?
Hell yeah,
Is
I
that
do.
something that sways you one way? Like, man, the way he comes, his face is beautiful. Is he ugly? Like, do you say shit like that? Because I had a homegirl that said, and I wish I could say who she fucked because he's a well-known athlete, but she said he had a beautiful cum face. I was like, a beautiful cum face? And I immediately started pretend cum face and like, how do
I know what it looked like too. When the nigga bite his bottom lip and shit, like.
They
like that shit, like-
do something
And the
like
little
that.
small, like they girls like sounds too. A nigga make a sound, you know. Niggas
When
be
the
tough.
niggas say, oh
Yeah, so
shit.
I give it to
that's
us sometimes like
definitely
That's what
that.
does it for you? Oh
Yeah,
shit.
you got, but you got to work on it. Get
I
you
mean,
to
not
it.
necessarily that word, but you know, when them niggas is like, oh shit,
Yeah,
oh
curl it.
fuck,
Every good, and listen,
then it's like,
when that
yeah,
hoe be real,
nigga, we in the game
know,
now.
shit.
Let's see how long this shit is gonna take.
Dog, be attentive, ladies. When you hear that, guess what? Do what you were doing.
What?
Yeah.
Don't
Don't
start
get
switching
creative.
that shit.
Don't get
No,
fucking
no.
creative.
Oh, that's
No.
why.
Stay in line, ho.
Backtrack. You know what I'm saying? Tighten up.
Oh, that is hilarious. Don't get creative.
I'm serious.
People overthink things.
But it's
dog.
the
This
same
shit's
shit with
working.
niggas too, though. A nigga will
Yeah.
sit there and start doing his job, and you finally get to that spot, and then you're like,
Yeah.
oh shit, and then the nigga just,
Tell
no,
me,
like
though.
what the fuck?
Like, I want to hear you say right there. That's all. Give me a right
Some
there.
girls don't give any signs. Sometimes we gotta follow the signs like an old Viking. You know what I'm saying?
That's like a
Wait
nigga
for
with
the guy,
experience
you know
too.
what I'm saying?
That's like a nigga with
You went
experience.
back with an old
You gotta
ass.
find the sign.
Cause that nigga said we. That nigga talking personally, dog.
Yeah.
Leave the motherfucking breadcrumb, ladies. The little breadcrumb don't hurt nobody. You know what I'm saying? Let us follow it. You know what I'm saying? Jesus.
Oh my
hilarious.
god.
Shit. That would make me broke out of the sweat on that one, dude. God damn.
Nah, you was sweat before that. Nigga. I was gonna say something, but you brought it up. It's been bothering me, dog. It's in my eye. Okay?
Ideally speaking, though, when you're in a relationship, in your opinion, how many times a week to keep you satisfied?
Very different for every man. In a perfect world, I think I
This
like
nigga's gonna say
I-
every day.
Of course he
Yeah,
is. You already fucking know.
Undoubtedly in a
Every
perfect
day.
world, every day. But
Niggas
in a
can't even fuck every day though.
You should ask the nigga in the middle, because Jen gonna tell you whenever she want it. Jesus gonna tell you every day, and I'm gonna tell you the right
No,
fucking answer.
because first of all, fuck you, niggas. Second of all, I was saying in a perfect world, reality for me, 4 to 5 times a week. I can live with that undoubtedly. I just want one of those nights to be Saturday.
Like you was being nice. You said
If I can get 4 days. No, I said 4 to 5.
Why
so you can
Saturday?
settle on the bottom. Man, it's Saturday night, man. You mean telling me? Go, man.
I feel that way about Friday
Go,
night, though. I
man.
feel like Friday night. It's been a long
But
week
she
of
went to work though.
Nah, but
She
you
had a
got
long
that
week.
line, ho.
No, but she came home. She tired. She needed a break.
You ain't supposed to be tired. You can rest
that
tomorrow.
night.
You off.
No, I think you got to give her that
See, I
night.
don't like that.
Sunday, nigga, she can sleep in too. You can give her that night. You know what I'm saying? And then Saturday night, no excuses. I don't give a
He
fuck
cares.
what we did. today.
You don't care. That's
Yeah,
the
I gave my
problem.
whole
probably
night
right,
off.
though.
He
You know
cares
what I'm
a little
saying?
bit.
Yeah.
He cares.
Yeah, only two, though.
Saturday,
You
though.
get some points. You weekend like your regular
I said
job.
3.
Like your regular job.
4. Okay, let me go on the record and say 4 because this nigga killing me. With
2 to
this
3 is
goddamn
what it
two.
should be. That's what's realistic.
Damn, I
2 to
can't
3.
live with 2 to 3.
2 to 3. Listen, if you
Okay, does that allow you double
Your
ups
great-
on any given day?
your great goal is 4, right? You want to stretch for that, but like you can achieve this without it like being an awkward part of your life. 2 to 3, because if you got kids and shit's gonna pop up. Somebody's sick, somebody practice run late. You don't get home till 8:30. You got to get up at 6 because you got something at work.
See
you
why
not
I be
trying to
saying
start
fuck
fucking
them
that nigga
kids?
at 12 at night. It's just not
They be
gonna
just
happen. That's
fucking up
real.
everything.
That's real. So I'm saying realistic is 2 to 3, but you trying to go for 4.
And I say
be
4.
breaking
You
it
know why
down,
I say
too.
4 to 5? Because the 5 you aren't really getting in the pussy. You got a quick hand job, a little hand job.
Oh, so you changing the goddamn rules of the game?
No,
nigga.
I am a little bit because sex is sex, and we never really laid that out. So
Okay,
you
you
know,
know we met
let's
though,
keep it
nigga.
real. Fuck you, nigga. Again, you keep going for it. That being said, though, with head and hand job, shit like that, that's 5 minutes. You can knock that out in the morning, then go on. I'm straight. Yeah, that's my oatmeal
But you know
for
what?
2
If
days.
you're counting that,
you know?
I don't disagree with that. 'Cause
Yeah.
I think those are quick things that you
Yeah.
can do.
So
For
then
sure.
we back up to
So
4 or 5.
let's go 2 to
If we're doing
3.
hand jobs and blow jobs and shit like that, for sure.
Perfect. 2 to 3 sex, 2 and 2
Perfect.
hand job head.
I think that's fair.
Yeah,
More than
ladies,
fair.
tighten up. That's
More
easy.
than-
4
real
days.
easy.
And we talking
Right,
about, if we
yeah.
timed it up, we talking about 60 minutes, maybe 2 hours at the most.
So an hour a week just
You know what I'm
dedicated to
saying?
You know
I
what?
hate that because I
How-
like to fuck
Yeah,
4
you trying to
hours.
quantify that shit. Don't do that.
Yeah, I don't want to
That's
quantify. I take
Can't
it
do
back.
that, bro.
You're right. I immediately regretted it.
You threw in 5-minute hand jobs. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
You better take it somewhere else, Posh, because this
Most women can't get a 5-minute hand
They
job.
really
could.
dedicated
think they
to
could.
this
They
subject,
can't.
right?
No, I like
Hand
this.
job is a lost art.
It is. It's an art, meaning technique. Oh, you can't just do it because you got a hand and he got a dick.
Yeah.
You got to know what the fuck you doing. And women think they do. Here's my problem.
Niggas think they do though.
Listen,
like
no,
y'all really want to
Posh,
sit here and
Posh.
act like
Every woman
everybody
listen,
knows what the
Posh,
fuck they doing.
Posh, every
don't,
girl
but
think
I-
they can do everything. Every girl think they got the best pussy in the world.
Every
no,
nigga
you
think he
don't.
got the best dick
no,
in the
you
world.
don't. No, niggas know. Niggas real know.
No,
When you
no.
think it, girls, he already knew. He just didn't want you to say it out loud. But the second thing is this.
Because I keep it real. I know I got great dick, but I know my head ain't is average.
Oh
You know
my
what I'm saying?
god!
I
You
keep
see,
it
and
real.
I prefer head over dick.
Yeah,
so-
where my
You ain't had the right
my
dick.
head is
No,
off.
I have.
I love when a girl
You ain't-
comes off,
I love
off
head
a
though.
dick.
But you prefer head over
I
dick.
Yeah, there's a lot of women like that. There's tons of
Wait your turn.
There's
I can't.
tons.
Really?
Tons, bruh.
No, but I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Posh when I say really. Really? Wow.
Like when she
Why
come
is
off the
that?
dick, man. Phew.
Posh says she prefers head.
I don't know
over
why
dick.
you're so surprised. The fuck are you so
But
surprised?
why
about?
though?
Because a lot of niggas, you talking about women with experience and stuff like that. A lot of niggas, and this is like, especially when they're well endowed, aka you have a big dick. Y'all don't know what to do with it.
No, they think
You really think that jamming all of that shit in me is turning me on, and
I
it
already know
fucking
it is.
hurts, nigga.
Yeah,
And I
you
got
gotta
shit
have
to
a
do,
stroke,
and
man.
I
See, that shit.
you hit to
Like-
you hit to the wall, nigga. You hit to what you feel. You don't push through it.
right.
That's
And
what
like a
niggas
lot of
think
niggas
that
want to be drill bit on you, like thinking that that's gonna get you off, and it's not. So for all of that, just give me a head and go.
So there's
Do
your
you come off a
reason.
penetration?
So there's your
I
reason.
do.
Man, then no, I gotta have it. I gotta have it. Though it's nothing like when a woman says I'm coming. look into her eyes. You can see her fucking soul, nigga.
And
I
you know
can't
that
get that if I'm
listen,
eating pussy.
and you know
Yes,
it's
the fuck
strictly
you
because
can.
your dick
Can't
ain't.
see
I'll
your
come
eyes.
in your mouth.
I can't see your eyes. I can't. Maybe
gotta-
I'm nearsighted.
You got to see in the eyes.
I'm just saying, if
Nigga said
she
she's
coming
nearsighted.
on your dick and you looking into her eyes and
You a romantic ass nigga.
No, but it's
Why
on some
can't you be
it's on
I
some
didn't say
nasty,
that.
sexy shit
But
too.
why y'all take romantic ass niggas a fucking
No, I
insult?
I didn't. But in this case, it's not even really romance. It's intimacy. You know what I'm saying? So
They're synonymous. We gonna clear on.
I don't think this time you're
I
right.
said synonymous. I didn't say
Okay.
they were exactly the same thing.
I
said
agree.
they're synonymous.
You're right. So I think with that type of intimacy, that's why I love when she's coming on and she comes back to back. And though when you get to like the third or fourth nut and she gets and she
You lost
said,
about 70% of niggas
And
out
the
there.
crazy shit about it is that
A lot of
Right,
niggas
I
don't
was
listen.
gonna
You said
say,
second or
like,
third nut. Most niggas don't get
most
to that
niggas
first.
don't even get women to that first.
And she might get
Is
one.
that true?
Because a lot of women.
That really is
I
true,
didn't- I
which
don't
is why I
believe
said,
that.
just give me head
Is
and
this a
go.
sign?
At least that's a body I ain't catch.
I'm telling you,
For no
like,
reason.
I got homegirls that tell me she couldn't really get off her man, so she would just get on top, hold onto the bedpost, push her fucking clit down on as hard as she could, and just grind back and forth. She basically was like, it was him, but it could have been a fucking piece of wood covered in fucking leather. Like, it was something hard for me to grind on. And then she's like, after this nigga's always like, yeah, every time you get on top, that dick make you come. She's like, no, nigga, I made myself come. She's like, you realize, nigga, all you did was this.
Okay,
Just lay there.
just lay there, starfish ass nigga.
Fellas,
I don't get it.
here you go.
That's why it takes more skill to eat. You know what I'm saying?
Undoubtedly.
It takes more
Undoubtedly.
skill. You got to learn
Shout out to
something.
all the true headhunters.
You got to search.
But you gotta want to be down there. You gotta own
You
it.
want to.
You can't go. It's like putting your toe in the fucking pool.
Absolutely.
Stop putting your toe in the pool. Put
You
your
got
tongue
to,
in the pussy.
you have to cannonball in that bitch.
Thank you.
You got to cannonball.
You gotta go all in. You gonna get messy.
I agree.
You gonna get stuff on your eyelids and your ears, on your hair.
It's
It's
more
not
than
that
that.
specific.
You have to be a student. A student. You have to learn.
That means everyone is a class.
You got to be
Everyone is
able
a
to
different
like,
class.
oh, she made that noise right here. Check. Let me just make sure that.
But why you use your pointer finger that hard on the table? you gonna beat the pussy up like that? Way you gonna beat it up out
You got
there?
the wrong finger.
God.
You just corrected me and shit.
Shit.
I could do surgery with these, but you have to pay attention.
Yeah.
And when you pay attention, map it all out, man. Map it the whole thing out.
Niggas don't want to put in the time.
That's
They
the-
want to
yeah,
sit
look,
there.
that's the
They
wrong
want to
niggas.
give you some
That's the
mediocre
problem.
ass head
That's
and then
the
expect
problem.
you to blow their mind. And I'm not here for it,
Yo,
nigga.
you
Get the
said
fuck
it
out my house.
perfectly. That's the problem. They're not patient enough to learn.
In a
And wait.
non-perverted way, I'd like to view the best head and the best dick that Posh has ever gotten. But let me tell you why.
That's a rather
I
weird.
gotta start out.
In
When
a
you start going,
non-sexual way.
hold on, where we going here with
But let me
this?
tell you why. Let me tell you why. Because I think you're being impacted, and we all are, right? But I think you're being impacted by bad experiences. And I think you would tell me, oh, no, they were great. I would just
No,
want to
I've
see
had
what
some
they're-
really shitty head,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that's how I learned to appreciate the great head. That's those are the ones that get the
Every woman's
callbacks.
got a shitty head.
But you had
Every
great
nigga's got a
ones, right?
shitty head.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I was a little loud.
No,
It's all right.
I can tell
It came
you got
from
some
a place.
bad head, boy.
Yeah, my whole life, never came off head. What, 2 times from the
Let me
same
tell
person?
you, it takes
That's it. Never
some
again. I tell bitches to stop.
mistakes to get your roster right. Sometimes you just gotta go through it and be
Yo,
like, nah, he ain't it.
Every
Bye.
girl is one girl out of the girls I've been with. One girl, to me, it seems like maybe that shit ain't just for me. That one girl has something special though.
Nah.
She used to put her lips on. When
Why
she
your
put her
eyes
lips on-
sparkling?
Yo, he is excited. Look.
Huh?
What about you giving that, though?
Why
Oh yeah, I'm cool with that. But I'm talking about
you eyes?
No, that's what I know. What experience
Why
you
your
giving?
eyes sparkling, man?
Right.
What?
You got really excited.
Did.
You did.
Did
I
you
want to
really-
know what experience you're giving to them.
Yeah, we fucking and we everything's on the table.
Yeah.
Like that's what we doing. Like so, this is not about what somebody's willing to do, right? These girls are willing to suck my dick.
Yeah.
I'm talking about me coming from it. So we're talking about how good they're doing it. And for the longest time,
Do you
Jezzy knows
guys,
this part.
as men, find yourself like it's hard to come off ahead?
For me, it is.
Well, a bitch gonna listen to me.
I'm screaming, bro. Somebody get him.
So, yeah, I'm
Stop
gonna
it right
come
now.
off ahead because I want
But
to.
at a certain point, you can't tell her tongue how to feel, nigga.
No, I
see
think
what I'm
you
saying?
can tell her what to do and what you like. I do think some bitches implement it differently. And I've had chicks who gave me head that was less than stellar, but she still got me off because I told her how to do so. Whereas
You
the
told her
other
what light
hoes-
switch was.
Yeah, but
She
the
a
other
vibe.
hoes, they got me on right just the way I wanted to with all the you know the special shit that I really enjoy. You know, the sloppiness and what have you. So it's in a hoe.
Tank.
You know what I'm saying?
Do y'all enjoy the sloppy shit? Just
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I didn't know I didn't enjoy it until later on in life. Because, I was really funny about bodily fluids for a very long time.
No, he was, though.
No, I was. I was like, if it's a rap dog and we wrap the sex up, man, I'm in the shower in less than 5.3 seconds. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't wanted to stay on me for
You know, I like it drives me.
You ain't want the spit in the ass cheeks and all of that.
You gotta wipe your ass after some good head.
Yeah.
My ass isn't wet.
What you think about
really suck
niggas licking, hoes licking niggas' ass? Let's talk about that.
We got
Let's go all the way there.
we got some people in the building.
Yeah, we doing it. We doing it
Very
this
much
way.
so.
I've had my ass eaten, and
And it's amazing.
No, you can't speak for the nigga, man. Come on, man. Hold on.
not
You
from
can't
my
speak for
perspective. And I think for a man and woman, that's different. You know what I mean? I myself, it felt good, but it was an uncomfortable. Like I'm not so sure. So it's not something that I would stop, but it's not something I would ask for. You'll never hear me like, "Hey, eat my ass tonight." Like I'm never gonna ask for that. That's
But would you ask for it though?
Who, me?
Yeah. Why you sound surprised, nigga? You always
because asking for it is big, isn't it?
Yeah.
If your man asks for it, isn't that different?
Why y'all say that right before he answer? Now this nigga gonna change his answer.
I'm
Right?
not gonna change my answer.
What you gonna say?
Like, you already know that I'm different from y'all, dog. Like,
Nigga, don't set it up, nigga.
I like eating ass. Yes.
That's amazing.
No.
We talking about having your ass. Look at this nigga trying to
I
take
don't like. I'm not quite sure how I feel about me.
He changed from I don't like though. You see that shit? He
I'm not
wasn't fully committed to the I don't like shit.
I'm not sure about how it's reciprocated to me and how I feel about that because it's been tried. And to be honest with you, I got a little uncomfortable.
You avoid it.
I got a little uncomfortable, and I was just like, you know what?
Why do you feel like it makes you uncomfortable? Is it because you feel like I feel like less than a man because she's doing that to me, or is just?
So you ever looked at the position?
Spanish women are more prone to do that.
You ever looked at
I'm
the
not gonna keep interjecting.
You ever looked at the position a man has to be in to get his ass eaten? Nothing's more vulnerable.
What do you? How do
Leg up.
you gotta think about it, man? You out here holding the back of your thighs, man.
Or even worse, you on his stomach.
No, and sometimes the chicken say, "Hey, lay on your stomach."
Yeah.
No, what you gonna do?
What you gonna do?
It's an
Only option. Only
You already there, nigga.
Yeah.
You already there. So she said, "Roll over." What you gonna do? Oh, so it's okay when you cock your legs up, huh? But now she told you to turn your ass around. And God forbid that bitch say get on your knees. Oh, have you ever felt that?
Oh man, that's tough.
She's not gonna do that.
I'm
That's real
screaming.
tough.
Oh, man.
That's real tough.
So, yeah.
So no getting on your knees.
No thank you.
I mean, how else are you? I mean, I don't know.
Oh, man. Yeah, that one.
Hey, real quick though, like you
You ain't answer though. Hold up.
Yeah.
Include me in this podcast.
answer what? What's the question?
The question was, would you be against getting your ass ate?
Yeah, I don't think I'd like that. I don't think I'd like
You
that.
see that smile to me, though?
Yeah, right. I'm like,
he
it's
wouldn't
like
be
he's
against
curious
it.
a little bit.
All he would really need is an aggressive woman to do it, you know?
Just somebody to surprise you real quick.
Yeah.
You like, ah.
Yeah.
No way.
Anyways, moving on. I do have a question though. I got a homeboy who likes to fuck. Like when he's with his girl, like when she comes home from the gym, he don't want her to clean. You ever experienced anybody like that, Posh? Like he's like, I like the smell on the pussy. I like the smell on her, like some primal shit. He's like, I don't want her smelling like soap. I want the pussy smelling like pussy. Like,
That's weird.
yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. And she thought it was weird. It's my homegirl.
I've never had a special request to go to the gym, sweat,
Not fresh enough.
and don't freshen up.
Right.
But I will say that I've had times when I was in a relationship where I just so happened to come home from the gym and we just got shit popping and I didn't get a chance to take a shower and
Yeah.
I mean, but I feel like that's all hygiene because even if you go to the gym, right, and you sweat, like if you have good hygiene, you're not gonna
Not too
stink.
bad.
Well, I'm not talking about stinking, but like here's the thing: there's a pussy smell.
Yeah.
Every girl, every nigga know it, right? It's a pussy smell.
Right.
Like you go home and your hoe can smell another hoe pussy on your dick, right? So there's a pussy, and that don't mean she dirty. It's just she can smell the
I've
pussy
been
smell.
asked before.
Water showers.
Yeah.
So
So who giving out gems now, motherfucker? That's
Wow.
how we doing it.
Yes, we
That's
are.
how you gonna throw that out there? No, your shit was way fucking worse. God.
oh
damn.
man, cut that, man, cut that.
You on bullshit with that one. That
Oh,
one's
man.
sacred.
Come on, Gent.
And that was fucking sacred.
I can't believe
and you
Gent
know,
did that shit.
you know where that came. I can't even believe you said that.
Fucking Gent.
There's a
Gent.
pussy smell. Thank you for joining us back.
I'm sorry.
Man, dog.
All right, Jen, you gotta do better.
Dez just gave away a gym.
I didn't put too much attention on it. Keep it moving.
Okay, nigga.
No, let's
Keep it
keep
moving.
it
I just said one
You
word.
better hope You better hope.
I just said posh.
Pussy smell.
It's happening to everybody, man. It's happening to
You
everybody.
like it though? She comes from the gym. And she's like, I want it right now. I don't want to wash it.
I will still eat it.
Eat it?
Yeah.
Man,
Ooh,
no,
I like
I'll
him.
fuck
I'll
it.
eat it.
I'll fuck it, but I'm not.
Yeah, I don't fucking eat it though.
How am I gonna
She
say?
cocked that thing open. It
Dog.
smelled like the weight machine.
It would be hypocritical.
Weight machine.
It would absolutely be hypocritical for me to say I eat ass and I won't eat a sweaty pussy. Come on, that's
It would
A clean ass and sweaty pussy are not the
It
same.
actually would not be hypocritical.
It's not the
To
same.
me, it sounds like it would align perfectly. Man, get out of here, man. No. I do like the smell of pussy. You know, like she took a shower that morning and you catch her around 3-4 p.m.
So you that nigga.
That pussy ain't.
The whole time we talked about it.
No,
you been
seriously
that
though, but
nigga?
that's not. I went
Right
to the
after,
gym.
okay, not the gym. Right after work
She
though.
just went. No,
Been
she ain't
sitting
do
at the
that.
goddamn desk
No.
all day.
That pussy smell is at its purest
Thermostat is
form.
78.
It's at its purest form on what it is. That pussy.
Oh,
Because
God.
everything else
You
is
want the
cleansed
essence,
pussy,
huh?
and that's fine.
Oh.
But this is like your purest pussy. It's clean. It's good. It's just. It's you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If she
Whatever
goes
you
to the
supposed to
gym,
smell like.
Exactly, dog. That's what put.
Good,
You want to
bad,
know
or
what your girl
ugly.
pussy
Let me just
smell
tell
like?
you.
Catch it in.
What?
Let me ask you a
Right when she
question.
get home from work?
Let me
All right.
let me ask Posh a question right here.
Oh man, here we go.
But real talk,
Cheesy nasty.
you
Said that.
if a man eats you while you're on your period, he loves
God,
you.
why'd you
He
do
loves
this?
No, I'm asking
Why'd you do
Do you
this?
think that he loves you for real? Like
Nigga.
Damn, does he think he
loves you for real?
I hope he loves you.
Like
I feel like niggas is nasty and they're gonna do it because that's what the fuck they want to do. I
He'll
don't
fuck
think it
another
has
bitch
anything to do with
later on.
love.
and eat a period.
So are
Yeah,
you
you-
saying
Here's
that
the
that's
thing about
something?
guys and the period thing. Like, there's tampons, people. The shit is not flowing into your mouth. There's a tampon there. So why is that shit so taboo?
I usually ask to pull it out so I can get the full form of it. You know what I'm saying?
What
Oh,
my
you
homegirl
wildin'.
said? She had a nigga pull it out with his teeth.
Yeah.
You
He
fucking
did.
No,
wildin'.
he pulled it out with his teeth.
He said we were doing the cocktails podcast, and
Shout out
I think it was Medina Monroe said that she had a dude that literally pulled her tampon out with his.
And you know it had to be bloody.
Yeah, she told him. She said, "Look, I'm on period.
She's
so we
like,
can
this
just
is not
chill."
what you want.
He said, "Nah, I'm cool with it." Went down there with his teeth and
and
said,
then took
So that answers your question. You do not have to be in love to be a nasty
"Yeah."
ass.
She don't even talk to that nigga no more.
You are free to be one.
I think she only talked to him like a couple times and never talked to him again.
Oh
so.
my
I mean,
god.
how could you kiss that nigga?
that was
again?
day 2 though. Remember, she said it was like day 2 or
How
3.
can
Some
you
niggas
kiss
got a
that
fucking
nigga
like, you know what I'm
again?
saying? Like everybody got their shit. Like that gets them off.
You know what though? I think everybody's been in a stage where they say, "Look, I eat that pussy," and they figure once they get in there, if she say, "Look, you can't do nothing but eat my pussy. That's it, right?"
I would never. I
and
would
then
do that.
and then you say that, and you get in there, and that's when
And you hope that it turns
you start giving them a massage, quotes, and you eat into the pussy. I've said that before and never actually ate the pussy. When I put the dick to work, she was okay.
That's sad.
When chicks say
I'm
that,
mad that they let you get away with
I was a young nigga.
I
I was a
always
young
say
nigga.
the opposite.
I was a young nigga. You talking? I mean, probably late teens. I was a young nigga. You know, you had to grow. No nigga was primed at 19 was the best luck. Man.
No,
So,
no.
Definitely made bad decisions.
Yeah.
Definitely more
Never
selfish at that point. You know what I mean?
I don't know. So when I was 14, this is terrible. I lost my virginity at 17. That's when I
That's actually
actually
pretty-
That's actually not that bad.
somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Pretty
Yeah, you planned it.
But when I was 14, I had met this guy. I was telling this story yesterday. This is so bad. In the church bus.
That's where it happened at.
It's always the church.
You with family.
Always the church.
You with family.
I'm not even gonna say what I've done in the church.
Yeah. This finger right here. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it didn't happen like it didn't happen like in the church bus, but I met the kid like on the church
Oh,
bus.
so you're lightweight. Okay.
So nigga, it was church. Well,
Yeah.
I turned around and later
You
anyway.
speaking to us. Come on.
But the point is, so I liked him, right?
Yeah.
So I had him coming to my house after school because my mom didn't get home for like, I would say an hour and 15 minutes after I got home.
That's why you gotta get home when your
So
kids get home.
yes, for real, because I had him eating my pussy after school,
Are you serious?
and that's all he would do.
He just
Really?
he just trying to speak in
No,
tongues.
there's a
Like
lot of
every
niggas
day?
that would do
Like
that.
I would say, like maybe like 3-4 times out the week.
A lot
Yo,
of
so
niggas that would do that,
this nigga had a part-time job in the pussy, huh?
No, serious. A lot of men do that. A lot of men lead with the "let me just eat your
Oh,
pussy."
yeah.
And a lot of women
I
just
never
get
led with
head
that.
and never do. Of course, I never led with
I
that.
didn't even know that was an option.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Just
Promise the
eating
world
Just eat the pussy.
and give him a
A
RV.
lot of chicks will take the head.
Yo, and let me tell you, my mom almost caught me the one day. She
Yeah.
came
That
home
made it better, though,
early.
didn't it? That's what make it better. When you
Yo,
almost
we
get
talking
caught.
about that. I like
Me
that.
too.
Now that was mad scary. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh,
I
real?
thought
So
that,
you ain't down with the cause, then. Okay.
Yo, can you
No.
imagine a woman just dropping the drawers, getting the head, pulling the pants?
my
up, like,
mom
"Aight,
came
nigga."
home from work. My
To the
okay, so
Fridays
like
parking lot.
the first floor, it was the living room, dining room, kitchen, and her bedroom, and then our bedrooms were on the second floor. So this nigga was in my bedroom, nigga. He had to go through the first floor to get out the house.
You have a tree next to your window?
No.
Oh, that's what I like too. I grew up in an apartment. I just always felt like every day in the house and shit had a tree next to the window.
The big tree too.
Yeah.
way
Like you
can
could climb up and down and shit. Yeah. I know. I had
No.
niggas above and behind me, so you know.
And you know what's so crazy? I feel like, yo, it's crazy being a parent because we really be thinking we getting over on our parents,
Yeah.
and now that we're parents, we be knowing what the fuck is going
Nah,
on.
facts,
because
big
I'm
facts.
telling you, I know for a fact my mom knew there was somebody in the house. She
You think
just
so?
didn't. She just couldn't find him, but
Oh,
she
yeah.
knew.
Yeah.
It's like your girl asking you a question. Like, nigga, I know you did something.
Because she came in my room, and as much as I was trying to play
Where
it
was
off,
she at?
I was just getting my pussy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I looked
Damn.
at
You still
something.
feeling good.
Right, so I'm like,
Shit.
like,
Rosy as fuck in the face.
And I'm gonna tell you what's amazing, boy. I tell you, like when you're about to get caught, you get some supernatural strength to do a lot of things. I remember when Jezzy got almost caught.
But who?
Like the parents was coming home
Really?
and he had just hit this girl.
Someone I know?
No, you wouldn't know her. And I remember when the parents got home and we started
He said the
darking.
parents like they not his, y'all.
They started. It was the girl's parents.
Oh.
And I remember that he jumped a 6-foot fence in a single bound.
Did you really?
It was just one. You would have thought I was high jumping my whole life.
Seriously.
Yeah.
You was an athlete like a
No, I've
motherfucker.
never seen. No, this
I had
was.
just lost my virginity.
This was
and I
mutant.
didn't know it was gonna happen. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
I saw a lot of nasty
Was it
shit
pleasant?
that I was.
Oh, she was one too?
She was a virgin too. It was
Bloody.
disgusting, and and then it was not good. It was not good. So when we were finishing, that shit happened. I ran out of there for a lot of reasons. He wasn't really getting caught as
So your
much as
ass
it
was high powered on
What I saw, nigga, was like, this is what it's about. Like, don't
How
want
old are
virgin
you?
pussy.
How old are you, 14?
I lost my virginity at 14.
Oh man, young
but
man.
I didn't
Your
have sex
Getting
again.
the pussy eating. You getting that bloody pussy.
I'm good.
Jesus.
I was so afraid of what I saw. I didn't have sex again until I was 17.
Oh shit.
damn, what did you
Yeah.
see?
Don't
Man,
she
say
was
that bitch
bloody
name.
guts
Shame
and
on her.
Like blood clots almost is how I have to describe it now.
I'm glad you said it. Oh.
Damn.
You never went to that much detail, nigga. I couldn't
She
see
asked
it.
the
remember
question,
when
you
you
know,
leave
leave
that
that
bitch.
That's what you wanted, Posh?
I
You happy
figured,
now?
I don't know how to do
You happy
anything
now?
else.
That's what you wanted, huh?
It was tough.
Think about it.
It was tough to see.
Jesus.
My
I'm
mom,
sorry I brought you back there.
Oh my
yo,
God.
my mom came in my room, and I'm just like, what happened? Like trying to play it
Yeah.
off, and she's like, nothing. I'm home. What are you doing? And I'm like, in my room.
Yeah.
Okay. Yo, she
was he
came
at?
back. Yo, he was in my closet.
Are you serious?
Oh, that's
She
too close.
came back in because she like I'm telling you, she felt it.
She smells his ass. Pheromones, dog. I'm telling you. some shit
Bro,
like
she
that.
came back in the room, but she tried to be on some sneak shit. Like,
Yeah. Like trying to
crept
holler at
up
you and shit. Oh.
the stairs and just did one of those, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, you
And-
waited her out. You knew.
Yeah.
Many
And she
times this
was-
nigga that peed on himself.
Man.
Bro.
Drawers wet.
And then she like walked in, she walked back out, and then she walked in again to have a conversation with me, and I'm just
Man.
sitting here like, yo, what the fuck?
Yo.
She
Gotta play it
literally,
cool.
she looked at me, and she looked at the closet, and she opened the closet door, and she started going through the closet. I'm like, oh my
man.
God, I'm so
God
fucking
wanted
caught.
you to live. God wanted you to
I
live.
am so
How did she not
caught.
find him?
Bro, he was deep in the closet.
What kind of closet do you have?
Oh no, mom wasn't being
Bro.
thorough. I'm disappointed. in
She
Mom.
got that
Dog,
wardrobe of Narnia and shit.
Dog, D, you know, if we went in and we felt that with our daughters, we would have been in that fucking closet.
My mama turned this shit up.
I would've-
If that happened to me, dog, in my mama house, dog,
Yeah.
she turned this shit up. Lift up the mattress.
There was no depth in that closet.
It's a straight prison
Oh
search.
yeah, all the clothes. She don't give a fuck how they lay on the ground.
Straight prison search.
Everything.
Nigga, it was bad. And then when she finally, like, I'm talking about an hour later, when she finally decided to take a shower,
damn,
yo, he made a run for it. I know she heard
You better have
all
given
that
him
commotion.
more for what he went through.
Nah, for
my
what?
nigga
He already got the
my
prize.
nigga couldn't even sneeze.
Yeah. That's tough.
So
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. That's a lot of
Nothing.
That's a lot of pressure.
That nigga was basically in prison.
Yeah.
He was basically in prison for an hour, nigga.
That's real.
As a young nigga,
That
that's
nigga probably in
traumatizing.
prison today. I was just getting,
Oh,
you know what I'm saying, ready
that's
for
tough.
the real
God damn, that's fucked up.
He remember you though. He remember you
Getting
though.
through tough times.
Yeah. You got a memory anagram in his ass. He remember you.
Yo,
Appreciate you.
that nigga ran down the stairs and ran out my house and down the block like it was
Oh, for
bad.
sure.
I bet. That's
For sure.
hilarious.
Me and Jennifer had those experiences where you had to run out of houses.
Yeah, it happened one time.
Yeah. He tried to put.
He set me up though. That's what it was.
we don't want to tell that.
No,
This is
he
Posh's
set me- he
podcast.
set me up.
This is Posh's.
I was trying to
I love this.
I was trying to accompany him because
When a nigga use big words unnecessarily,
you
start
already know when
I was trying to accompany him.
when a nigga's not comfortable with his current situation, he don't know what it's supposed to look like, so he want a friend to accompany him to make sure that he has an out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
So we walked up in this thing, man.
I got you. I'm gonna tell y'all something too. He's not gonna tell y'all. Let him finish. I can blow his goddamn story up.
So
come on, Jen.
we went up in this bitch, man, and
A
he
nice
said
apartment
he
complex.
said-
One of the projects, either one.
it was in the projects. So it was in the
Not projects, but you know the apartments right next to the project. They feel slightly better about themselves because they're not the projects.
They kind of nice, but you
Yeah,
wouldn't stay there.
It's
They
300
kinda bougie and shit
About
because-
400 a month for like a 4-bedroom. Yeah.
Suction 8 ass.
Yeah.
Alright.
He sent me.
No, it's income restricted.
He sent me
It's
some
nicer.
pictures.
Yeah, you just can't make over
That's
30.
a level up,
You just
right?
can't make over 30.
So he sent me these pictures, man. I was like, oh, they don't look too bad. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever the case may be. So we went in there, and then I finally see these girls face to face. The one that I had to take the hit on.
But listen, stop. He not telling you the whole story. See, don't you hate when niggas not thorough, dog? I do this sometimes.
Yeah.
Jeezy calls me. I got to call out.
Yeah,
Jen, okay?
appreciate it.
Okay, couple things. First of all, I'd never met these people in person. We were very young, right?
Oh my
Never
God.
Never met these people in person. I got pictures of them. They sent me pictures. What do people typically do? This is when there wasn't a word
No
for catfishing.
social media,
Yeah,
none
there
of
was
that.
man, you did me like that. I mean, goddamn, it was somebody.
Facebook was that.
No, Black
Facebook was
Planet.
that.
It might have been
Facebook.
something like that.
Facebook
Yeah,
was
Black
that.
Planet, Facebook.
Yeah.
So he fucking I showed him the pictures that they sent. People send their best pictures, right? So we like, oh shit, my bitch had green eyes and shit. You know,
Yeah,
they
I
all
remember.
knew. She had some green eyes, and his bitch she looked like a bitch. You know. So I mean, like nothing special about her, but she wasn't ugly. You know what I mean? So we put up to this income restricted place. Nice though, nice. You know, people. These working people. We go into the apartment. Man. The girls come out. I would say they were a little bit bigger than we anticipated. A little bit bigger. First thing I was young in the game. Had only received headshots. First mistake. Jeezy looking at me with his eyes.
That's not the way to go.
Yeah, I know. Anyways, long story short, we get
my
in there.
God.
We felt like it. He acting like, look. He was a wingman, so he been one that cute.
The girl, she might as well had two bolts on the side of her head. She looked like Frankenstein, nigga.
No, she did.
Dog, her whole head was
Yeah.
square, nigga.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen a bitch with a square face?
It was shocking. I never seen anything like that. That was incredible.
Then after that, what made it worse, Posh? She
But my bitch
got
was cute though.
she got a collect call from prison while I was there, nigga.
Yeah. Yo, then they both went in the room. They're like, be right back. Then they came out, dog. Bitch started acting weird, right? So I'm like, hey, Jim.
They're about to.
I felt like it was about
Rob you.
it's
They know,
supposed to be a
or
situation.
them, or they know some niggas that's finna come through. That's what the call was about. Wasn't no fucking prison call. But that was to get away from niggas, right? I know I'm from the hood. I know. So I'm like, Jen, dog. I'm like, we need to get up out of here. They was acting cool, but I'm like, nah, we need to get up out of here. Dog. So they come back out. So just like, all right, cool. We got a word. Pineapples. One fucking word. It's a compound word, but it's one word, right? Pineapples. So the nigga Gent talking to his girl, his old hospital by ass. My girl, I'm being very, very cold. I've turned off the light switch, right? I'm no longer interested. She's like, well, what do you want to? Like, Like, I'm so tired from work, I can't even focus and shit. So Gent talking, he over there laughing. I'm like, I already told you to get the fuck up out of here. What you laughing about? The nigga's like, man, I want some goddamn pineapples. What? Nothing. I don't get nothing from this nigga, dog. Pine motherfucking apple.
What the hell was you doing?
No, nothing, dog.
I didn't hear him, no.
So I said, oh shit. The girl said something. I said, you know what? I got something in my car. I think it was something to smoke. So I'm like, that.
Yeah.
Real tobacco. And so I said, let me run to my car right quick. I went to my car though.
And the nigga never came back.
You left him?
I didn't leave him. No, I didn't leave him. I was outside.
No, he might as well have left me.
He left him inside.
Dog, it's a cold world with a coat. You know what I'm saying?
I said pineapple.
Did you
At that
look?
point,
Did you look at him when he walked out?
No, I didn't even get to look at it because the girl face was so big.
no, man. She really looked like Frankenstein, dog.
Tough, dog.
No shit. It was amazing. When I saw her, I felt so bad. I put him in
But
a
when I
situation.
found out that he was really outside, I ran outside. I ran. I didn't even tell them I was leaving.
He hopped in the
And
car. We peeled out like we stole something.
Exactly. It was horrible, dog.
I'm sure they feel the same.
No,
way.
you know, she reached out to me. She's like, you guys were so mature. If you weren't interested, you could have just told me. I just deleted the message. There's no need to keep this going. There's no need to respond.
No response for that anyway.
I know. That was some whole shit. Okay. It was some whole shit. We shouldn't do that song, but
Ladies.
I felt nervous. I know.
Excuse men and they dumb shit sometimes.
We
It's,
young, though,
in
we
our
young.
minds, it's just
Yo.
easier to
Shit.
avoid, unfortunately.
It's always gonna be a good story.
Oh man.
I had read a meme somewhere on Twitter when somebody was like, what's the worst breakup you've ever had? And somebody said, I was dating a guy for 6 months and one day we were out on the town and he just started running. And I never seen him ever
Are
again.
you serious?
Oh God. Imagine you just take off. Like, yo, I didn't even know what's going on. Calling him, texting him, the nigga just never text you ever again.
That nigga just started running. Oh my god.
No, that happened.
Talk about get your feelings hurt though. What if you go out? Though, I did have a friend of mine tell me recently. She went out on a date with a dude she met, and they went someplace for like dinner or something like that. And they ordered. She's talking to him. She's like, he seemed a little distant. He was on his phone, but he was just like, oh yeah, some work stuff. I'm so sorry. Just gotta try to handle it. So she's sitting there, and she's older. She's probably like 50. Dude's probably like 35. He say he like older,
Older women.
Yeah. And she was
Cougar.
yeah, she was pretty in the face, thick in the waist. Anyways, long story short, though, he said, I'll be right back, and I went to the bathroom. She never saw him again. I'm sorry, I said that's fucked up. She never saw him again, dog. And she was like, the most, and I felt really bad. She told me, she's like, the most fucked up thing. She says that if he would have just said, look, I don't know if there's any kind of romantic chemistry here, but you know what? We both out tonight together. Like, I've done that before, man. Look, we ain't really feeling each other like that.
You done that for real?
Oh yeah, I've been like, yo, there ain't really no chemistry here. I said, I think you dope, but I don't feel like no romantic chemistry. Like when I knew it was obvious. That's probably happened a couple times in my
That's
life.
some real maturity, though, bro.
But let me tell you, in both those times, like, and this is what the dude should have said to her when she said to me is, I was like, yo, but we gonna have a fun ass time tonight.
Yeah.
If nothing else, you gonna have a
It's
good
real
time.
maturity,
Like
bro.
I took your time. You committed to this time.
See,
You
I
left at
could
that time.
respect that. It's the other funny shit that I can't respect because at the end of the day, it's like, that hurts a girl's pride too. You know what I
100%.
mean?
She cried. She said,
Yeah, like
For
that
real?
shit is fucked
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
And it's like, on top of that, it takes us money to get ready on these
That's what
fucking
she said.
dates. I just
Money
spent
is-
$150 on my nails and my fucking
that's exactly
feet. That's
what
not
she said.
including
Her time,
my
her hair, her makeup.
Exactly.
She's trying to spend time to look pretty. She's like, the fact that this motherfucker didn't even appreciate that, even if he didn't think I was the prettiest person he wanted to be with, the fact that he couldn't appreciate the time I put into our date. Shit, that motherfucker put on some jeans and a polo shirt. That's all he did. Maybe he brushed his teeth. She's like, I put in time.
Yeah.
Like, she telling me shit. I got a
makes
little
sense,
teary.
bro.
I was like, God damn, I want to hit that.
No, that makes
You know what I'm
sense,
saying?
bro. That makes complete sense, man. A woman's time is precious, man.
Yeah.
Everyone's time is precious, but I mean, the reality is, man, to hear that much.
That's tough, man. Man, ain't nothing new out here, people. If you got somebody good, man, rock with them, bro.
I'm telling you, this
Rock
is
with
why
them.
I said I might fuck around and just have to take my ex back because he about to win by default because
hilarious.
I'm
It's
just,
messy out here in these streets, man. You don't want that, man. You don't want what's out in these streets right now.
no, not right now. This is terrible.
Yeah, I mean,
But don't y'all all know good people that will be dope in a relationship that are single? Like, I know a few of them. It's
I
like,
do,
where are they
but that
all at?
doesn't mean
So all the
that
fuck
they're
niggas winning.
compatible with me, though. That's the weird part about dating and relationships
Right.
because it's like I can know a ton of great people. That doesn't necessarily mean that I'm supposed to be in a relationship with them just because they're good people. Like,
Right.
we're not compatible. We're great as friends. We don't know how this shit's gonna work out as lovers, and then I might end up hating you, and there goes the friendship.
Right, that's true. That's true.
yeah,
Real
let's
talk.
put that in perspective. Yeah.
So I just feel like I don't know. It's weird out here. I do feel bad for the people who don't date or who are dating and are still single and can't really figure it out. I don't really have the answers. I'm not saying go back to your ex, you know, like it just so happens that
Don't
in my
follow my lead.
situation,
But that's a
yeah.
grass. It's a grass is not always greener situation. That
Right,
that
like I
cliche
just feel like, you know, you have, like for me in my particular situation, like I just feel like we did have something good. He fucked up, and I have to then now stand on what I said I would do if that were to happen.
Yeah.
Because at that point, if I don't teach him that there's consequences to his actions, then I feel like I'm setting myself up for this to become.
No, I mean,
Yeah.
Pops, you did the right
Yeah,
thing, man.
real talk. I agree with
It
that.
goes both ways. You got to teach a person how to love you, man. And sometimes it's a hard lesson. It's not always soft lessons, right?
Right.
And you gave him that hard lesson. And to be honest with you, is what he does with that. And if
Right.
he really has stepped into that, then shit, you can't. I mean, you got to restore that dude and try to give him another chance if you're willing to do that.
Right.
But to be honest with you, no one to blame you if you said, nah, man, I ain't fucking with this dude. I'm gonna just take him for what he got.
Right. Well,
No one to be mad at that. You know what I'm saying?
Now, I think a few people might be upset about it. I think we're disingenuous if we say no one will be mad.
I wouldn't be because I mean sometimes I feel like if you were doing some foul shit, there's always penance to be paid, and you got to make that dictation whether that dude really paid that penance or not. And if he hasn't, shit, yeah, get him.
yeah, pretty much put him through the ringer.
Put him. I mean, women do that all the time anyway.
But I said that to him. I was like, you know, I'm gonna think about it. But I took jabs, but I felt like it was my turn.
Females
Like
do that. Ain't
I was
nothing.
like, you know, these athletes really like me out here, and I don't know that I want to go back into being in this situation just yet. I might consider it eventually, but once I'm done having fun, because for 3.5 years I was chilling, right?
Right,
You
right.
decided you wanted to wild out, well, guess what? Now it's my chance to wild out.
For
It's
sure,
my turn.
for sure.
Have you enjoyed your wild out?
I have.
Yeah.
I have. I struck
Is-
out. Let me tell you something. I tried some real nigga shit this year, and I will never step out of line like that ever again.
Why are you at that place where you said I'll never try it? What happened where you felt like
Been
man,
there,
I'm
done
never
that?
gonna do that?
Been there, done that?
So this is what happened.
Yeah, give it to me, dame.
Dime.
So I flew the bitch out. I flew the bitch out.
Okay, respect. Yeah, girl.
I flew the bitch out to Puerto Rico, and I ain't have no sex that weekend. That's why I had asked you guys
Shut the fuck up.
earlier.
Oh my God. It's even the same place.
Shit.
Man.
So it might not just be me, it might be Puerto Rico.
I don't know about that. Don't say.
Right? Because I felt like, ooh, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm mad.
Jesus, man. That's what the island doing.
No, I really felt like, damn, this is what niggas go through. So I just feel
That's so funny. Oh, man. That is fucking
I hate you for that statement right
Oh,
now.
man. No, that's real.
no, like for real. Like when I realized, like, damn, this is what niggas is going through out here. I'll never step out of line like that again. I'll go back to you gladly paying for my dates.
So tell me why you didn't get any though.
This nigga trying to compare to his
did
race for not getting
No,
it. Come
shut
on.
it up, okay? All right. I just want to know: was it a decision you made?
No,
Or it was a
but I
decision
wasn't about
he
to
made.
get me too, so I was like,
Damn.
La Isla del Encanto.
La Isla del Encanto.
So, because I was single this year, well, let me tell you something interesting before I get into
Oh shit!
this.
What, did I tell you when Muffin said? Let me tell you something. They about to drop it on.
I'm
you, boy.
ready. That's why I'm
Get your goddamn
I'm ready for it.
popcorn. Let's go.
So, right after my breakup last year, I don't know what happened exactly, but I felt like it was random girls. I felt like they felt a sense of responsibility to make sure that they like supported me. And their way of supporting was eating my pussy, which I was okay with.
These were girls.
Yes, I flew a girl out. So,
Hell yeah.
there was this girl.
You got Jezzy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, bro, I'm telling
I
you.
grabbed my nipples immediately. I don't know why.
Hey man, Tima.
So there was this girl. I got introduced to her by her management, and she came out for my birthday. I had my birthday last year at Cleo's. So she came out to my birthday or whatever, and you know she came in with her friends. She came in with like 2 or 3 of her friends, and she was like mad lit already by the time she got there. Like she was drinking, she was getting ready. So she was flirting with me, and mind you, she was flirting with me the couple of times I did interact with her. But I be so nonchalant about it sometimes because I know I just naturally flirt that I don't take shit real serious.
Right.
So when she's flirting with me or whatever, I'm not thinking nothing about it. So she was like, "Can you come with me to the bathroom?" And I'm like, "All right, bet."
That's
not
for girls.
thinking.
Niggas don't do that.
Right. I'm not thinking nothing. Yo, she ate my pussy in the bathroom.
Was it good?
It was amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
Pussy, she got one.
My legs start jittering back and forth. Don't even know what it is.
You know what type of porn you'll be googling tonight? Google on girl.
so I was like, "Oh, I bet." But I'm thinking to myself, like, we drunk. It was just a one-time thing, right? Bro, I hung out with her again. It happened again.
Like wherever y'all was.
Yeah.
Damn.
I was hanging out with another homegirl of mine at a house party. I just so happened to hit Shorty, and I'm like, "Yo, if you want to come through?" This was at an Airbnb.
Yeah,
Bro, we
did.
picked a guest room, and it went down again.
Showdown.
So I'm like, "Oh, this might be a thing."
I like stories like this.
Yeah.
Quarantine came around, another house party, it happened again. So now I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take Shorty somewhere nice, right?
You got a whole girlfriend.
Right. So that's what I
So
thought.
it's 3 pussy licks and a vacation. Okay. All right, no, I just need to know.
It was 4. So I'm like, all right. I said to her, I was like, "You want to go to Puerto Rico?" So she was like, "Yeah, I've never been to Puerto Rico. Let's go." So I'm like, all right, bet. I think that she didn't think I was serious, but I booked everything. I hit her up one day. I was like, "Yo, what's your name and your date of birth?" I sent her confirmation. So she's like, "Oh shit, you're crazy, but we're really going." I was like, "All right, bet." Bro, I get to Puerto Rico. And the first night, I'm like, all right, if nothing happens, it's cool, whatever. We've had a long flight, had a long
You
day.
went in with
I'm not
the
even worried about it,
went in with the
right?
wrong energy. It's your fault. Go ahead. So you went in with the wrong. If it's, you know, when you start off, if it's okay, no. You need to go in like, "Yo, I'm finna beat this. I'm finna get this pussy. This pussy finna."
But it started off nice. We took a shower together. So I thought there was hopes in that evening. And no, it didn't happen the first night.
No, but I don't understand how you. That's a large transition for me, guys. I mean, so y'all take a shower together, and then it goes like we took a shower together, and then like nothing happened. So the next day, yo, what the fuck happened? Like when y'all was butt ass naked in the shower, you was rubbing that ass, or she was rubbing on you, or whatever that was. Nothing transitioned. Y'all got the shower and the goddamn wind hit. Shit was sex for a minute. Now I'm cold. Y'all totally forgot about the sex. What the fuck happened?
I don't know what really happened. The energy wasn't there. And then my whole thing was, me too. You know, I didn't want to be a part of that movement, especially as a woman. That's not a good look. So I was like, I don't want to make her feel uncomfortable because any other time, she's the aggressor. Yeah. So I'm like, I don't know what's going on here, but I don't want to make her feel uncomfortable because another part of that shit too is, as a woman, like, you know, when the vibes are off, you don't want to feel pressured or you don't want to do anything out of pressure. It's just not cool. You know what I mean? So I was just like, well, I don't really know what's going on here, but I don't want to put that kind of pressure. And on top of that, we're not even in a space where if she's uncomfortable, she can get in the car and drive home. We're in a whole nother fucking island. You feel me? So I was like, I'd rather not. Like, I don't want to even like go down that road with Shorty. No big deal. All right. It shouldn't happen Friday, whatever. Saturday, we went fucking ziplining. Like, I really was doing.
You did a lot though. I'm surprised how much you did though.
I'm telling you, this was not this time around. It was the first time I went back in July. So we went ziplining and shit. I had bought a bottle for the room. We go to see Old San Juan and shit. She grabs the bottle of Patron and she's making me take shots in the car. She's taking shots in the car. So I'm thinking to myself, tonight is going to be a great fucking night.
Lady.
We get back to the room, smoke a blunt, spark the hookah. We get to talking, and let me tell you something. Like I said, it was a real eye-opening experience because I started to see shit from a nigga's lens. Because the more I start talking to her, the more I realize I've just been getting head from this girl. I don't even know her. Like the more she talked about herself, I'm like,
did you like what
is
you
this
heard?
the same person? No.
Okay, then that's what it is.
And I started to be like, I'm not drunk enough. Like, what the fuck?
Right, that shit shouldn't even matter.
Yeah, like I was just like, this is weird. Like, this is weird. And after a while, she was like, you know, We go lay down. She's like, oh, put on a movie. I fucking created a Netflix account just to be able to put Netflix on TV. That's how much of a herb I
She
am.
didn't do that for all the other niggas though. That's
No,
what
I really
hurts me a
didn't.
lot, you know what I'm saying?
Watching Netflix, Shorty really turned around and said, well, I'm going to sleep. Good night.
Yeah, I understand how that
She
feels.
said it like that for real.
Like that ass.
I understand how that feels.
What?
That's been there.
Right, I know.
You been there?
Yeah, I've been
You been there, Jen?
And then the third day, she made me go ziplining again because she didn't take her phone with her the first time, so she wanted to capture
What
the
the
ziplining.
fuck?
So we did ziplining 2 days in a fucking row.
Completely. And you did
And
that shit?
then we
You
flew
did it.
home.
She's
And,
accommodating. She wants some head, nigga.
yo,
Pay
let me tell
attention.
you something though.
Well, ain't about no paying attention, nigga. It's like shit, dog. What is it, 4
But
times?
what were we
I'm in Puerto Rico.
Okay, but what are you
and I'm with a
supposed to
hoe and
do?
I'm
What the
already
fuck?
invested.
So
I'm
you
gonna
did-
go full force.
So doing same thing today that you did yesterday that resulted in
and
no
that's
fucking
what
head?
makes her happy. And that
Okay.
like
Well, you
that
that
will
type of
help.
nigga. I'm not.
Well,
Go ahead.
I'm
just what it
that type
is.
of nigga
That's
because
just what it is.
a bitch ain't never stayed at
Go
my
ahead,
house
Posh.
much.
We got you.
Goddamn
We
it.
see it different. Go ahead, Posh. Go
You
ahead,
ain't gonna
Posh.
talk to me like
Go
that.
ahead. We see it different.
Shit.
I'm not waiting for that. I'm not doing
I'm
We
kind of
disagree,
seeing
bro.
the
That's it.
perspective.
But what do
Posh
you
got a story
okay? But
coming
what
from.
do you do at that point? Like, what would a man do in that case? Like, if you
Let
fly
that
a
answer.
shorty out and she ain't bust down the first night, what are you doing? What are you
I'm
doing?
having a straight up fucking conversation with her. We talking about being nice and going ziplining because she forgot her damn phone. I'm asking her why the fuck we ain't had sex yet.
You think
That's what
gonna
Dez is
lead to
doing.
sex?
And if y'all think I'm bullshitting, tell me.
No, he ain't bullshit.
Not yeah, bro.
No, I don't want nobody to think I'm giving no bullshit.
Why you gotta bang on your chest though? We know you like this.
But no, I'm asking though. Do you think that's gonna lead to her fucking that night?
It may or may not, but here's the thing.
I got it off my chest
But
though.
listen, nah, because right now, here's the situation, Posh. I'm gonna break this shit all the way down. Posh is on vacation with somebody that she flew out, that she's not fucking, and she doesn't know why. At least in my situation,
Yeah,
I know
you know
the
why.
fuck why.
Yeah.
So they're not the same. Continue, Posh.
Hey, nigga, I've never agreed with you more.
I don't like how you just really came strong like that.
It's
It was
true
good,
though, and I would agree with him.
No, I do.
If I were
I
in
wish-
that situation,
I wish
You
I
would
was the
ask?
same.
I wouldn't ask anything. I would have to know why she isn't, and I would go about it differently. I've always been good on getting people to open up.
Maybe
and
it
talk,
would have
and I
been
would
the
go that
aggressor.
route.
You would have been the aggressor.
Oh, I would have tried
on,
too.
on,
Yeah.
on night 3, you
Yeah, I
probably
would
would have
have
just
too, of
been
course.
like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna literally
No,
just.
not
I'm gonna put
Yeah,
this dick
that's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I'm disagreeing with you. You talking about
Just
day
sit
3
on
and
her
4. I'm like,
face.
yo, nobody's waiting that long.
No, but I was trying to stay in their perspective. D, you know me, nigga.
Yeah, you are fighting a nigga that you know. Like
You
you
talking
know.
No,
about
that's
wrong
and
nigga,
look, Jezzy
like the
giving a
first
precepts
night.
now he's explaining it, but before he was
Yeah,
just
you're
saying
right.
that shit.
You're right, but no, the first night I'm trying, and I would love to see her say no. That's
Right.
I can't even.
That's the nigga I know.
I can't
That's the
even-
nigga I know right
But
there.
not
That's
even
what I'm
that,
talking
because
about.
you set the tone. You know, you went out that night. You probably had drinks. You had dinner.
Exactly
you
what
went out,
Posh
you do all
said.
that,
Yeah.
and we come back to the room. I'm not even giving you the opportunity to say, "Well, good night," because I'm gonna come at you. You know,
Maybe
what I'm saying?
she's just
Exactly
nice
right.
and-
All I'm saying.
and
Put it in your
accommodated.
face.
Like I understand because I put myself in that same situation, Posh. I took a chick out to Puerto Rico, and they love to bring it up
There
on
it is.
many podcasts.
There.
He a nigga.
And I came back to the States and they said, "Well, how was the pussy?" And I was just like, "What are you talking?" I didn't get no
Right.
pussy. I was just like, "We had a great time.
It
It
hurts
was a
every time I
wonderful
hear it.
time."
Time.
Like, so we had a wonderful
Not as
time.
wonderful as it could have been, nigga.
And we had a wonderful time. We went to the Bacardi tour.
This nigga talking about
Did
the tour.
mixology
Just really
cast,
any of what
man.
you
We
said,
did
man.
old San Juan, all the shit that you did.
Except for the pussy.
And we went gambling.
They shared
We did
that.
all of this
Yeah,
stuff, right? And the thing is that I never pressed on it. And I
Right.
think I should have
Never
just
even tried.
I didn't even try because I was enjoying the conversation. I was enjoying, but I did want it. But in the same breath, I was trying to be a gentleman about it. Like
Right.
I didn't pick up any signals. I didn't get no breadcrumbs. So I'm just trying to be the right individual where I didn't need to
But
be
Jen,
the right
let me
individual
ask you a
in a
question.
situation
Right.
where I have done what you did. You went all the way out. You poured thought. It takes time, money, thought. It is a lot that you poured into that.
Yes,
You should
yeah,
have
you
received
wanna
some
find-
form of outcome, or at least some fucking explanation for why, right?
Let me say something.
Did you
get
get?
it.
I
Okay.
never tried, so
Hey,
how
Jen.
could you get the explanation?
Yeah, but my
I
point
mean,
is
I
that
cut her off right after we got home. I feel like there's no reason.
But she don't even know why, do she?
I mean, she has to know
Sure,
why. Because
yeah.
I mean, if
She
you
put
think
out,
about
yeah.
it, and I'm not trying to be mean because then that leads into a whole nother conversation where people be saying, well, if you go on a vacation is sex expected?
It is.
And if it's not, and if you do say like, yes, it is expected, then people tend to go into a whole nother lane of, oh, well, you're prostituting yourself. And so I just didn't want it to be a situation where she was uncomfortable because, like I said, at the end of the day, she can't just get in her car and drive home.
Yeah.
But I definitely won't be doing that again.
Yeah.
You know, if a hoe want to go on a trip and not fuck, pay your way, get your own room. I'll see you there. We'll have dinner that night and nothing popping off. I'm hitting the bar downstairs. You know what I'm saying? Everybody on vacation. If that's the way y'all really want to live, then that's the way we going. But I'm not paying for you. Are you joking? I paid.
But that's the thing. But you've been fucking this girl or getting head from this girl. This is not a situation where you were talking to somebody and you flew her out in anticipation that would be your first time. So what do you do
to be honest with you,
to somebody that you've already been smashing? You're not expecting exactly. You're not expecting for shit like that to happen.
It's a trend, bro.
I stayed in my woman's place after that. Let me tell you, fuck out of here. I'm not paying for shit.
I go get that shit. I hate. I don't want to say take that pussy, but
Grab him by the pussy, Mr. President.
You know what I mean? I have no doubt that in your situation, even Gent, she left and went home and said, "Boy, that nigga didn't even try to get the pussy."
Yeah.
Like she lost respect for you.
No, I think she did because we never really connected like that.
Come on, why would you?
voice
I thought
was
last I checked, women like men. You know what I'm saying? And that was that wasn't a man move. You know what I mean? A woman expects a man to go at the pussy. And I'm not saying aggressively and to where she's uncomfortable and doesn't feel safe. But to make a move, all you had to do is go for a kiss and start rubbing on the booty. Do I gotta tell y'all how one thing leads to another? Like,
no, I tried that. Like I said, we were fucked up in Old San Juan with our bottle of Patron, and it just wasn't.
You started sucking on titties?
I kissed her.
Did you suck on the titties?
I did not suck on her
such a man
titties.
To be honest, then.
No, that is, and I'm a man, but I know that's such a man thing to say. He said did you suck on her titties?
It felt wrong, but
I said no, I kissed her, right, which is much more sensual and personal. And he totally disregarded that.
You ain't suck the titties.
I did.
But did you suck on the titties?
But it didn't work.
To say.
But what do you do?
Because women expect niggas to be like that, but bitches don't expect
try
like
one thing, and if it doesn't work, you move on to the next thing. I would just oh, that didn't work. I'm going for the neck. Oh, that didn't work. I'm pulling the titty out. I'm gonna take it as far as she's gonna let me, and I'm gonna keep going until I find that spot. I mean,
let me ask you a question. So
she has to say no
in that process, and you trying to pull out the titty, and she slap your hand and say, "What? Like, wow."
Listen,
what is happening right there?
I'm like Juvenile. I'll pull back all the way. Oh, that's how we playing it? I'll pull my phone out, beat my meat, and go to sleep. And I tell her, I say, just to be clear, you on that bullshit, and I ain't fucking with you again. That's just what we're grown. You know what I'm saying? So if that's how she moving, that's not a real woman to me, because man, woman, we all love sex. You know,
I've had niggas be like, if she ain't fucking the first night, I'm flying her out first thing in the morning and calling somebody else.
Dang,
that nigga living a different life. Like,
or you work for the airline.
Yeah, I just don't know if we on a vacation. Like, I'm not flying hoes in and out of my vacation. You know what I mean? But yeah, I wouldn't fuck with her, man. And you did the right thing. You cut her off.
That happens a lot, though. That happens more than you think it does.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this year has been weird. I don't know what the fuck's been going on.
Yeah, I got homeboys like that I didn't know. He'd be like, "Oh yeah, I just flew this chick." I'm like, "Oh, really?
Yeah.
You live like me. You fly bitches out, okay, all right then." So,
not that expensive these days.
Nah, when COVID happened, shit was like $30 round trip. It was
that's the perfect time to do it.
Or when you don't have COVID, you got Spirit. You know what I mean?
Can't nobody go and get Spirit.
You get a ticket to Puerto Rico round trip for $100, but you got to fly 2 in the morning.
By the time you put your bags in there,
no, you can't have no bags.
Another $400.
Oh yeah.
Right, I was gonna say Spirit be taxing.
Shout out to Spirit though. I'm flying to Puerto Rico on Spirit in about a month and a half.
Damn,
we appreciate
that's tough.
You big. You might need 2 seats.
No, I got the first. You know the first seat when you come in.
Yeah.
The 2 to instead of being 3 seats, it's 2. I got the fat boy. Yeah. That's what I
but
call
you ain't no fat boy.
Nah,
you're not a fat boy, but you definitely need the space because them should be tight.
It do be.
Jesus
Jen-
Christ, bro.
No, Jezzy know how it is to sit between me and
I
Jen.
hate sitting between these niggas.
He's like it's like sitting between a mountain gorilla and a silverback.
That's about accurate. No room on your elbows. That's for sure. Never got a hand rest yet.
That's hilarious.
Oh my God. Yo, let's wrap this up. This went everywhere.
No, but this shit was fun though. Like,
Nah, it really was fun. I appreciate you guys. This
appreciate you
is
for having
definitely
it
like.
was super wild.
It's always a good vibe every time. We was vibing before this.
Well, I want to thank you guys for joining me on this episode. Definitely more collaborations to come.
For sure.
Live events, baby. That's what we need to get.
Oh, we get into it. We'll talk after this for sure because I had a couple of things up my sleeve before Corona shut me down, but still I rise. Where can the people find you?
Man, you can find us at
I be at Magic Mall. Oh, you mean okay. No, go ahead.
If we at Magic Mall, we really ain't.
Not for my stereo.
We didn't do good for
Not
ourselves.
for my stereo. That's for my stereo. But go ahead.
Oh man, we on Instagram at Brunch with Boyz. We're on Twitter at Boyz with a Z_Brunch. Facebook, type that shit in. We're on YouTube. We're on all podcast platforms: Apple, Spotify, Google. We're on everything, man. So. But if you really want to find us and know more about us and find out all our episodes, check us on out at www.brunchwiththeboys.com. Mobile page optimized, man, is great, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, we all that.
We all that right there.
With the merch. Oh, I love my shirt, by the way.
You love it?
I love my shirt. I wore it to brunch. I went to the Hammered Lamb, and the guy that sat me down, my host, he was like, oh my God, your shirt. Oh my God, where you get it?
Shit.
You see how Antoine called us.
And I was like, sex and mimosas.
Yeah, after I saw her wear the shirt, I said,
I got enough of these coming my way. Am I fuck around and have to send out, are you up text at like 3 p.m.?
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to literally have you probably wear all of our shirts and we're just going to have you model it on the website.
But we have to drop the V about 1.5 inches.
Yeah. I almost started to do the slip shit. Yeah, but I was like, let me not.
It never works on my shirts.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All his V-necks turn to a round neck. Don't worry about it.
Don't do that. I have a proportionate neck to those who can't see me. My neck's proportionate.
Neck strong. You would
know
think you
what I'm
give good head.
I can pick up big girls too, though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah, I think you guys know. You guys know I can pick up weight.
I have a size limit, I suppose.
No, you do. But it's not your fault. It's the way you was built.
First of all,
No, that wasn't.
first of all, nigga,
No, that wasn't. No, you ain't small.
the size limit is greater than you think it is.
Why you acting like that, Jay? You know you got a relationship,
Okay.
dog. Why you acting like
Two,
that?
nigga, you already know what I do, nigga.
Come on, why you acting like that? Why you getting sensitive?
Now the next time I fuck, I gotta choke that hoe out. I got built up anger, nigga.
Oh, man. Oh,
Only that one tap, I stopped. Now she gotta go to 3 taps.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Save her life.
Anyways, man, I love y'all.
I love this.
Brunch with the boys.
Oh my God. Until the next time. Peace.
Yeah.